They gon' let me for my
Hey,
ambition.
Woo! We're back. Cap Club Ambition Podcast. We are here, episode 57. Woo!
that's crazy.
Hiya.
Got the chub corner, full
Chub.
effect.
What's good? What's
We
good,
full
everybody?
chubbing. We
Full
chubbing.
chub.
Big chubs today. Hope
Got our-
everybody's
got
doing well.
Got the little Wheezy in the cut, little
Yeah.
Wheezy.
And it's
Tunchi
getting
right here.
and it's getting cold, so you know how that shit go.
Yeah.
You know how that should go. Yeah, man, let's get to it. Well, during the podcast, you're gonna see a moment we're gonna have with a Rhode Island rabbi. He accepted the invite and he's gonna step into the podcast, the studio, and break some stuff down for us. Cap, CA podcast, Club Ambition podcast, number one podcast in Rhode Island. So I did the due diligence of getting, a representative from Rhode Island that has more of a actual, knowledgeable and a believer of this topic and this religion and this, discussion that's been happening online, especially with our generation. I feel like people in like their mid-20s and below have had a huge opinion on the situations that have been going on with anti-Semitism and celebrities, specifically Kyrie recently, and obviously the most notable Kanye West. Mm-hmm. But instead of Googling some stuff, I wanted to have someone, that can speak on it better than I can, because I feel like I'm going to come from it from an ignorance type of level, because I don't know.
Yeah.
So someone that does know, and I reached out to a couple local rabbis, and we have the gentleman sitting to the right of me. And feel free, introduce yourself to the people, and like how you kind of told me off camera who you are and what you actually do, what's your titles.
Sure. And thank you so much. I feel like the first thing with any kind of hatred is just getting to know people and hearing from people firsthand. And so
100%.
I feel like you're already part of the solution. So thank you to all the people watching and listening. My name is Barry Dollinger. I'm the president of the Board of Rabbis of Greater Rhode Island. I have no idea what the hell Greater Rhode Island is, but there's a group of rabbis in Rhode Island, and we elect presidents, and so I'm in that role right now. I also have a Congregation Beth Shalom, in Providence, Rhode Island. It's an Orthodox congregation, so there are different kinds of Jewish congregations. We're the kind of open end of the strictest group of Jewish observance, and I have a couple other side hustles that I like to do in my spare time.
Wow. Okay. So one question off starters: does it matter how you are introduced? Like if I refer to you as Barry, or does it have to be Rabbi Barry? Does it matter?
I like my name. You could call me Barry if
Barry's
you want. I feel
fine.
like
All right.
yeah.
So Barry, and how old are you, Barry? Because you're definitely young, especially compared to, I don't know. Again, coming from an ignorant standpoint, what one would assume to be a rabbi, you might seem them as someone older online. Especially, you kind of see that like a stereotypical. But you seem relatively young. What's
Yeah,
your
I
age?
look younger than I am. I'm 37.
37. Okay, you look 29.
Yeah, it's good. It'll be good.
You look 29. Barry.
I still get carded a lot of times when I go out.
Wow, damn. I wouldn't be shocked. We've gotten carded at certain bars and stuff. You never know.
Yeah,
So when it comes to Barry, so you are a rabbi.
I'm a rabbi.
So when it comes to just let's break it down from the foundation of being Jewish and Judaism. What is being Jewish? What is the definition of being Jewish?
That is such a good question. My 3-year-old daughter asked me the same thing the other day. So how are you Jewish exactly?
Yeah.
So traditionally, you're Jewish in one of two ways. Either your mother is Jewish, and if your mother is Jewish, and there are different thoughts about why your mother, but one obvious reason is you can always tell who someone's mother is. You can't always tell who someone's father is.
Yeah.
If your mother is Jewish, you're Jewish. And also you can choose to be Jewish. People call that sometimes conversion, or like the more modern lingo, which is a little more politically correct, is a Jew by choice. So, someone would go through a process of conversion where they would, depending on the movement, we have different denominations, so different requirements, but you basically do some kind of study and learning and take on. And a lot of people choose to be Jewish if they get romantically involved with someone who's Jewish, and that's important to them. That's probably the most common way that happens.
And then by definition, being Jewish, what is the belief of someone who is Jewish as it pertains? Because me personally, my family, we grew up, my family definitely majorly were Catholic with a lot of Christian beliefs, but we definitely, especially in my early age, I remember partaking in Catholicism, the whole process of being Catholic. And I know when it comes to that,
what it pertains to in my beliefs. But when it comes to someone of your nature, or let's say a kid growing up being Jewish, what is that process and what are their beliefs?
Yeah, so it's really, I so appreciate even having this conversation because I feel like a lot of times we're just a little different. First thing I want to say is being Jewish isn't necessarily like just a religion. So a lot of times people think, oh, Jewish, religion.
Yeah.
But like for most of our history, not really now per se, like now I'm whatever, white passing. But for most of our history, we were considered a race. Like Hitler considered us a race, and other people in Europe usually considered Jews a kind of a race, even though we don't look like I look like any other white guy. But
Yeah.
but we were kind of considered our own. And so that came with religion. We had religion. We have certain religious beliefs. I'll tell you about those in a minute.
Yeah.
But it also came with like a certain status. So in like most of Europe, we didn't have rights as citizens. We weren't citizens of where we were. We had this like semi-autonomous status. We were our own group. We governed ourselves. We'd have to pay like taxes to the government to run our own communities. We were kind of different. They told us we couldn't do certain jobs. So most places we couldn't own land. So we lended money. That was the thing we were allowed to do. So like you get Jews in financial industries, not because we control the world, like Kanye or other people want to say, because historically we were prohibited from doing most jobs, but that was viewed well, that was like, this was viewed as a job that wasn't so respectful or so dignified, but we were allowed to do it. So Jews in a lot of places like Poland, where there were a lot of Jews after like 1600 on, would specialize in those kind of jobs, or like whiskey distilleries, did a lot of that, different things that we did. So I guess the first thing is Judaism isn't only a religion, it's like we're like a culture, we're like a people, of which religion is an important part of that. And for like Orthodox Jews like myself, where we believe strictly, it's maybe a bigger part even. Big thing we believe in, right? Like one God. What does that mean? Huge debates. So I mean, like in Catholicism or like Christianity, there are huge debates about everything. These days I'm into the more mystical idea of one God, meaning like it's not some abstract idea. It means like the same life force that caused me to be here causes you to be there, causes the plant to be, like everything is a product or a manifestation of one thing. And so we have something.
Not this plant though, Barry. It's a fake plant.
Well, even the fake plant.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah,
I mean, a man made this. That's true.
Right, but it's here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, and if that one God weren't here, this plant wouldn't be here. And so with that then comes certain responsibilities that I have, that you have, that we have to each other. We have to, even if we're different. So that's one big idea. Maybe another major idea is that everyone's created in the image of God. Every human being has dignity. I would say even more than like beliefs though, we have certain controlling like myths or stories. So the Exodus from Egypt, which is kind of our foundational story, right? We were slaves in Egypt and then we were free, but we were only free to learn a kind of responsibility or maturity that involves compassion and justice. So, you got a lot of Jewish people involved in different social justice causes for a long time. It's like part of the culture is just like we used to have it rough, and throughout most of Jewish history that was reiterated. Spanish Inquisition, millions of Jews are killed or forced to convert, Holocaust, and everywhere in between, there's a lot of like violence against us in our history. And so that's like, we carry that. Sometimes it's not good to carry that. Sometimes that leads people to be, we could talk about that, manifest fear, and then it can become its own kind of violence. But
it's not something you can just get away from. Like you have to know your history and
our history, we're like a very history dense people, I will say. Like we've been around for about 3,000 years or so as a group, and so we really we carry it with us, the good, the bad.
Yeah. And day to day, when it comes to your beliefs and your practices, what is there any sort of set routine or sort of like a pattern that one who is a Jewish person, or let's say yourself an Orthodox Jew, you from sunrise to sunset, you follow this sort of routine on a daily basis?
Yeah, so Orthodox Judaism, I would say like we're like in some ways the smallest group, the most visible, but we have a pretty strict routine. So that's such a good question. How do you ask all the right questions?
I don't know. I swear to God, I didn't write these down. It's off the top.
Yeah.
I swear to God. But,
Yes. So it's actually like the regulation of the day. And like, so we have law still, right? And it's probably different than a lot of other religions. Islam is a little bit like that too, with kind of a lot of laws and regulations. So we have 3 daily prayers, 4 on the Sabbath, which is Saturday. So there's a prayer at like sunrise, practically that's like about a 45-minute prayer, 45-minute prayer. Sometimes people do that in a synagogue or sometimes on their own. Sometimes they don't do it at all, but they should. And there's an afternoon prayer and a nighttime prayer. So the afternoon prayer can happen anytime afternoon before sunset. The nighttime prayer, a lot of times functionally what happens is you do prayer right around sunset. So you do the afternoon prayer, the sunsets, you do the nighttime prayer. That's like another 15 minutes each.
Wow.
So there's that. Torah study of the Hebrew Bible and the rabbinic commentaries on it. It's pretty broad. It's not just the Bible. It's like we have 3,000 years of books and commentaries and teachings. So any of that is a really important part of the culture. And so people read on their own, but there's also something called chavruta, where people study in pairs or small groups. So it's like a common thing. Someone might go to their friend and say, do you want to have a chavruta? Do you want to, it means friendship, literally, but you form your friendship over studying a text. And so people will read it out loud, debate it, discuss it. How does it apply to my life? I don't know if that's really how I could be a better person. I disagree. I agree. And people will kind of like, and they're different genres, of teaching.
And it's open to disagreement. Like people can have their own like side to certain things.
Yeah. So one of the great teachings of the Talmud, there are these 2 famous schools. So the Talmud is like our oral tradition. So we believe there's this great oral tradition that comes with the Bible about how to interpret it. And so there were 2 famous schools, the school of Hillel, which was lenient, and Shammai was more strict. And they're having all these debates. And at one point, the Talmud just kind of says, these and those are, the words of the living God. So there's this idea that like, it's not necessarily about being right. Mm-hmm. It's about being authentic, genuine, and engaged in a serious process. So we really value like, no, what is the other person saying? Yeah. And not trying to like shout them down, but respond to their point. Maybe they have a point, and try like so. The Talmud will basically, someone asks a question, someone else will ask a question, they'll modify their question. Like it's what we don't have in our culture, which is like people don't listen. Mm-hmm. So the Talmud is all like a debate where people do listen, and it keeps. What if you tried to ask the next best question? That's like the
wow. And then moving on to the main topic, the word that's trending all the time now. It seems like the actual act, the actual definition in your terms, being someone that is Jewish, Orthodox Jew, a rabbi, anti-Semitism. What is anti-Semitism? Man, you break it down.
I realize there are 2 practices. Is it okay if I highlight 2 practices?
Yeah.
Other 2 big practices people should know about: Shabbat, or the Sabbath.
Yeah, I've heard of this,
or
but
Shabbos,
I never knew what it was. Yeah.
And kashrut, kosher. So Shabbat is basically on Friday night sundown to Saturday night sundown. People don't drive, don't use electricity, festive meals, community, big prayer, family, but it's kind of like a little retreat in time, both from technology and also just like for introspection and rest. And then kosher, we have a special set of dietary laws that people follow.
Yeah, I've seen that. Like a lot of meals, a lot of people, they have like kosher items in the grocery stores, options. A lot of people, some people eat kosher without, I guess, necessarily even believing in the religion, but just to, I guess, as a diet.
Yeah, some people are into it.
Yeah.
For whatever reasons.
Tastes better.
I bet if you'd ask a lot of us, say like, if I didn't have to, I wouldn't. But yeah.
It's not as delicious. There's no delicious kosher food trucks or nothing out here?
So there are actually. So I actually run a kosher food certification. So we certify a lot of restaurants, Plant City, Garden Grill, Pianta on Federal, a lot of different places. We've been working.
Very important. Yeah. This is amazing. I think I didn't know that. No, we're definitely gonna
LighthouseKosher.org. You can check out all the kosher restaurants.
Kosher, that's the name of the organization. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we definitely gotta stay in touch after this, even going further. But then, going back to the word that's trending, everyone's talking about it, throwing it around without even knowing what it really is. Coming from a rabbi yourself, someone that is Jewish, what is anti-Semitism?
Yeah, so people don't understand. There's a history. it started with anti-Judaism, which was like for a long time, different, mainly, from like early church figures, but that's changed all now, but there was opposition to Judaism itself, the religion, like either because we were accused of being, I'll speak candidly if it's okay, we're accused of being Christ killers. That was like, you killed Jesus, we had a role in that, and so you're like meant to pay, or we were viewed as sinful and kind of like replaced, and there was a new Israel, but we were then like the bad Israel that got like replaced because we were terrible. That's part of that idea. And so the Catholic Church now, they redeveloped a different doctrine, but for a long time that was used as kind of justification for violence against us. So other people think about like the Crusades. We think about the Crusades and like 3 major Jewish communities in Speyer, Mainz, and Worms, Vermeiza in Germany, 3 huge communities. Tens of thousands of Jews were just burned at the stake. We have, like the church has a Crusader Chronicle. They record in detail how they killed a lot of us. So like we have that in our memory because we have poems and readings from like just how bad it was. And then the Inquisition in Spain was not good for the Jews. And then we were expelled from Spain, So a lot of that was not anti-Semitism. Was anti-Judaism, like your religion is bad and we're going to kill or convert you. That's the pretext. Comes like, later on, and that emerges into, I think, modern versions of anti-Semitism, which is basically, it could take a lot of different shapes and forms, but people look at Jews and they do the same thing they do about every group hatred, right? First of all, they have stereotypes and prejudices, rooted in whatever they're rooted in, but then they start treating a particular person or group of people differently and hatefully because of it. So ignorance is the first thing. Like if you knew the person, you have no reason to just assume negative things about them because they're Jewish. It's just like any hatred, right?
Anything
like,
else,
or racism or whatever kind of hatred it is. But some of the common forms are like conspiracy theories that are kind of trending. And I think it's like when we always say when the economy is bad, when people are nervous, when people are scared and they're looking for someone to blame, like the Jews are weird. We're a different religion. Our religion's a little weird. We behave a little weird. It's like we're a strange group. And so it's easy to blame us because like we look enough like we're just an easy group to blame. And we've been blamed for a long time. So people say we control the world. That's like one version of it. They imagine that like we have no power. We're a really small minority. There's only like 12 million Jews in the world, like 6 million in the US.
Wow.
Like there are more Sikhs than Jews. There's not a lot of Jews, right?
Yeah.
But people imagine we have like this huge amount of power. Like we joke amongst ourselves, like if we had a lot of power, we wouldn't be part of a like we wouldn't be subject to all this crap.
Yeah, let's ask them straight up then. We're here, the stereotypical question. Barry, you're a rabbi here in Rhode Island. Do Jewish people run the world?
Yeah, so I will tell you, I promise you, I can barely pay my bills, but I certainly, we do not run the world. That being said, Jews have developed certain, but there are certain advantages that come with, like we also have poor Jews, right? I think people think all Jews are rich.
Yeah.
Like my great-grandfather was a poor immigrant, as were most of us are immigrants here. We were really poor back then, and the community's done pretty well at this point. But so to that extent, to the extent that there are Jews who are like upper middle class, so yeah, they have the same power as every other upper middle class person. Yeah. Not all Jews are that. There are plenty of poor Jews, particularly in Rhode Island. It's not a wealthy community. We don't have like bankers here in Wall Street. Yeah. Because there are a lot of Jews in financial industries for historical reasons. I think that's like every good hatred has a kernel of something that causes people to think it's true. But I think it's important to name it and not pretend it. There are a lot of Jews in finances and banking because Jews were always in money lending because that's all we were allowed to do and trade. So we were traders on the Silk Road and we were money lenders in Europe. Those are the only jobs we were allowed to have. So yeah, that got passed down and then
tradition.
Yeah, and now there are a lot of Jews in banking and accountants and lawyers, right? That's a lot of those people are Jewish.
And I think also since we see who's on camera, like who shows their face, I mean, we see a lot of Jews. Well, the people who are head of certain companies are Jews. So I think that's why people are still having that stereotype of like, all right, they still have money. Like everybody has money because we see this one person, you know.
It's true. There are that's not most of the community. Most of us are like, you know, in different positions, just like everyone else. But certainly, like, even if there's like a percentage more of Jews who are like accountants, we don't control the tax laws. Like that's the same broken congressional system that everyone else is part of, right? And so I think that's like where it comes from. People also sometimes there's like the opposite, like the Hitler stuff was like Jews are weak and pathetic and need to be killed, right? So it's like either we're like all powerful and control the world, sometimes it gets kooky like space aliens and lasers and stuff, or we are like kind of like, I don't mean there's something wrong with like queer or like other or strange, and we should be like kind of embarrassed and Hitler's version of it killed. So there's that version of it too. There's, you know, Kanye or Ye's version of it, which is even a little different, which is Jews aren't really Jewish. This is like another common trope that I think he thinks we all converted from, like, why do I look European if I'm Middle Eastern? Why do I look white? I mean, there's a lot of answers to that, right? Like years of breeding and whatever, right? And like, you know, people start to look like where they go after a while, but biology is not complicated. But I think there's some people who think that like black people or Africans are the real Jews, and we're just these like European
fake Jews
fake Jews
or new Jews or something.
New Jews. So here's the thing, like you know, there are African groups that claim to be Israelite tribes. We actually visited one. There was we took a trip as part of a mission to Nigeria. A lot of Igbo people believe they're a lost tribe of Israel. And so we actually made a connection because we're Rhode Island, and Rhode Island does these things where like the Igbo people of Nigeria and the Rhode Island Jewish community like connected, and they sent a couple of tribal elders here, and then we went to the Igbo land in Nigeria, me and my friend Shai Afsai, who led the trip, and my wife Naomi. It was a great time of like, and like they're doing a Jewish thing there in Nigeria, and so like that's real, like that's legit. But our Jewish thing is also real, and like they weren't trying to deny that. We were just learning together. But certainly, like most people that identify as Jewish have been doing it for, you know, we have ancestries going back thousands of years of people who were Jewish all the way back to the Middle East. So it's, you know, a long time, but like we're descendants of people that were in Israel and kicked out at different points who've been practicing Judaism by and large. It doesn't mean other people can't have claims, but like the idea that we're all imposters trying to steal real.
Yeah, it's too far of a reach. It's like, come on.
Yeah, it's not factual.
It's not real.
Yeah.
No, I can see that. I definitely, that was one of my takes with Kanye. Like all his stuff he was saying, I was like, if he definitely were to just specifically speak about certain people that he is, you know, having these issues with or targeting, it will be more digestible rather than, you know, grouping everyone, because that's when you fall in line with hate speech, you know, because he was literally verbatim saying like the Holocaust is still happening or it's not over, saying a lot of stuff like that. And it was like, man, you're definitely, you know, playing the water with stuff. So a lot of people feel this way, where it's like, especially when it comes in comparison, when it comes to that Kanye West situation, a Kyrie Irving situation, similar, but definitely I feel like the Kanye West situation is like wow, he definitely pushed the boundaries, because it was literally him saying it. Now, when it comes to the Kyrie Irving situation, I would love you to hear your opinion on it, because a very interesting situation where he posted something, and many argue, and I can definitely argue myself as well, is like he definitely was promoting it because you're posting it. But this documentary, I believe, is called From Hebrews to Negroes, correct?
Yeah.
And even prior to the Kyrie situation, did you have any knowledge about, did you hear about this documentary? Or has it been something that's been a situation where it was brought up before amongst your community?
So I didn't know about this
specific documentary,
but the general general idea
That comes from it.
that comes from it. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like the Anti-Defamation League is a good resource. So they outline
ADL,
like,
yeah.
ADL, how like different kinds of hatreds emerge. I think with Kanye, it's important. Like he also has mental health issues. He's been open about that.
I keep saying that.
And it clearly, like, it doesn't excuse him. He's got too big a following, and like the harm is too much. Like something people don't know is we are targeted for a lot of acts of violence. It's a little different than like it's not police violence, right? It's not state violence, but regularly walking down the street, like it happens a lot of times. People stop to say a hateful thing to me, throw something at me. People are like regularly engaged in like, I don't want to call it trivial violence, but like stupid violence, like
nonsense,
teenage hooliganism kind of stuff, like graffiti, throwing stuff. But like it's definitely not pleasant, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes now in New York, it's been like a lot worse. There's been like a number of incidents where visibly Jewish people have been like beaten on subways and things. It's hard to know, is that part of like rising crime generally or just like, but it feels like it's people targeting Jewish people. And a lot of it's based on like Kanye saying, you know, he says that, someone else who has other mental health issues hears that, they go see a Jewish person, and before you know it, someone's in the hospital.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to happen. So with the Kyrie Irving, so this is part of this idea that really Jews are kind of like taking the, I guess in the most sinister version of it, right? Like taking the mantle of Israelite away from like African and black people who really should, like that's their thing. They're doing it as part of a sinister plot for like some kind of like colonialist thing, a racist thing. So like it makes us into like racists who are trying to steal like the real black identity from people. So I don't know, like that's certainly not my lived experience. That's not how I wake up. Like I hope I'm like a decent ally and friend and like do the right thing to like black friends and like as a community leader also like try and show up at rallies and be supportive. There are tensions sometimes surrounding certain issues, but like I hope we're like, we want to help. Racism's a huge problem. I think most people in the Jewish community, like, okay, some people are either well-intentioned and not helpful or actually helpful. But like people want to fight racism in our internal thing and be part of the solution, not be racist and continue that system. So like, and that's been the majority Jewish position for like a long time. I'm not trying to say like we're the most helpful people ever. Maybe we do better, but like Jews have been, so it's kind of like a little, and also like, I don't know what to say. We have the history, like we're Jewish. How, like, what else are we supposed to be? Exactly. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And when it comes to what's your opinion on the,
on like share,
what were you going to say?
like on Kyrie sharing it and that kind of.
Well, yeah, but more than this will be a better question to present it this way. So what would be your opinion on if yes or no, it's justified the actual consequences that someone of, let's say, specifically a Kyrie Irving and similar to Kanye West have faced prior to their controversial situations with anti-Semitism, because now they've been literally dropped from their companies, their corporations. We saw Kyrie Irving basically lost. They haven't said it publicly that it's lost, that he got officially dropped. It's a temporary suspension from Nike, but his contract ends next year. So if he's suspended this year, they're basically dropping him, for lack of better terms. And then his actual team, the Nets, have now made him do 6 requirements. We broke them down a little bit earlier in the podcast that he has to fulfill mandatory in order to come back on the team. A lot of people are saying it's overdone. They're overdoing it, especially because he apologized. He did a very long, in-depth apology, taking ownership and actually sympathizing now more than ever. Especially prior, compared to his prior remarks. Would you say that everything that they're facing with this corporation level, that people play onto the lie, but a lot of a huge opinion online, people keep saying that, Kanye was right. They're powerful because now look what's happening to them. What is your opinion on this? Is it a justified type of reaction? What's your take on this?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like part of me, and like certainly something I hear from my friends, is like, look, like, a lot of money there. Like, it's hard to cry for like, he's not starving.
No, definitely not.
Kanye, like, and there are real consequences in our community in terms of violence. It's hard. They have a lot of followers. It's hard to take those things back. They're in positions of leadership. They don't need to say anything. So, they should act responsibly. And, like, I hope there's some equity that when other people engage in other kinds of hate speech, people don't feel like, oh, when people engage in anti-Semitic hate speech, they have real consequences. But when they engage in, like, racist speech, then it's kid gloves or that kind of thing. I hope that's not true. I think in our community for a long time, it's kind of felt like because Jews more or less are doing okay socioeconomically in the U.S., everyone gets a pass on anti-Semitism is how it's felt like the last 10 years. Like everyone from the top down, from the government on, can just engage in anti-Semitism and there are no consequences. And a lot of people in our community are like, this is crazy. Can you imagine people's like presidents, celebrities, something saying other kinds of comparably conspiratorial hate speech where they're like giving voice and sharing some of the most discredited theories. And then on the other hand, I worry that like there's a huge reaction and it's really superficial. Like people in the media are not describing like how did these ideas come? There's no nuance. It's like everything else in the media, like it's just a sound clip. That's why this show is so much better. No one's having real conversations. So are people being educated or just slapped down? It's like, so I would much rather if like, forget the consequence, like let Kyrie Irving like study with a rabbi or someone and learn about like this and see if he still thinks that, like, or does he feel otherwise? Like, what does he do? Or Kanye too, like maybe there's real good that can come from it rather than just like, is punishing like Kanye going to make the world better?
Yeah.
Or what would really help? Like, so I guess I always worry, like,
is it progressive?
Yeah.
Enough? Or is it just momentarily creating outrage, a consequence of punishment, but is it really progressive? Are we going to build from this?
Yeah.
I definitely feel that way a lot. A lot because I see it online. It's like, everyone's like, oh, and it's like, I get it. You can have a reaction, but it's like, what is going to happen now? What's the conversation after this? This happened, but what is going to happen? Are people just not going to care about it a year from now? Or are we going to actually, have dialogues and conversation about what is anti-Semitism? Is it your first time even hearing that word? Or have you always heard that word but never broken down or researched it? Let's talk about it. Let's actually ask around. I feel like a lot of people just are like chucking it up to whatever the generalization, like, oh, I guess he was right. They're powerful. Let's not even talk about it because like, oh my God, like what? Or they're like, oh, we got to help them. We got to fight back. And it's like, man, this is really just, it could be how you're saying, potentially creating more of a, sort of, for lack of better terms, fire to a situation rather than, putting water to the fire that already was there. Let's kind of build on this and actually research and have some actual education and dialogue. And Kanye West has said in interviews himself, he's like, I don't read. He's like, I hate reading. So it's like, brother, if you're not reading and you're also, going through, health issues, you're saying you're off your medication, etc., and you're saying you're sleepy, but you're still tweeting DEFCON 3 on Jewish people because you're sleepy, then you need to sit down. You need some proper education. Yeah. And I like how you kind of broke it down where it was like, they are huge and they have a responsibility. Because I myself, I walk day to day, I always would say, like, I'm a father now, but prior to being a father, I always try to, like, walk day to day, trying to make my soon-to-be, if ever, son proud. Walking, that's how I would, behave in my daily basis. And now I'm a father, and it's like, oh, I've kind of prepared myself for that mentally, but I try to be responsible. So if I'm, like, someone of a Kanye West or Kyrie level, where I'm very inspirational to a lot of kids growing up, they always wanted to be like me, millionaires, I would want to be responsible in every sort of post. Everything is serious. I already take everything I post now serious, so I'm gonna think like that, rather than how a lot of people are like, it's free speech. What are you guys talking about? Not everything is free speech.
Yeah.
And everything you say has a consequence. You can say whatever the heck you want, but you're going to have to suffer that consequence. You're going to have to, if you want to live on a hill, you're going to have to die on a hill. Or let's have a conversation. Let's build. Everyone has a change of opinions. Yeah. Let's all change our opinions. If you want to change it, let's have that conversation. But that's why I definitely want to have this, because a lot of people are not doing this.
Yeah. Does Kanye listen to the show?
Hopefully,
Because he could come on.
Yeah.
We could have another conversation.
I would love it. Listen, we have a lot of we're almost like, what do they say? What do they always say? 1 degree of separation.
Yeah.
1 degree of separation from Kanye, because we've had guests on here that have worked with Kanye West 100%.
And-
shout out to Jabron. Shout out to Joe Perez. We had him on here recently. But yeah, we have. But Kanye, who knows? I feel like he has no real friends. What were you gonna say?
I mean, with Kanye, so I know you said that there's that you're free to disagree with people, and is there forgiveness for him if he did research, if he did his research and he really actually had a sit down with somebody and they came and had that conversation? Is there a possibility that he'll be forgiven with the Jewish community? And
Yeah, I mean, look, I hope, like, it's a tough climate out there. So in some ways, the media is worse than the Jewish community. I think most of us, there's not like some grudge against Kanye that people weren't walking around before. Like, I mean, some people, like a lot of people, like his music, like people weren't like out to get Kanye. So yeah, if there was real, I think for our, look, part of our religion, forgiveness is a huge piece. Every year we have Yom Kippur fast day. We ask for forgiveness. We repent. I think we all make mistakes, right? That's part of it. This is a big one because of who he is. And like you were saying, if you don't know what you're talking about and you admit you don't know what you're talking about, and then you're like, so then don't say things that are negative about whole groups of people who have violence and hate directed against them. Anyway, like that's just a crazy thing to do. But he could do the opposite. He could make this right. It's easy to think about. He could be an advocate. He could go on tour. He could do a lot of things. Yeah. Also, I think it's like a little bit of a distraction in some ways because there's anti-Semitism that people experience every day, and I feel like the media is into these big name celebrities when they say things, but
rather than the everyday occurrences.
I'm a rabbi in a synagogue, so what's harder for people is like when we have different holidays. So like when people want to take off for their holidays, a lot of times their bosses like give them a negative review because they were out and missed a big meeting, and then a week later they find themselves fired or with a probation at their job, or like students who are told by their professor they can't miss the exam even though it's on a holiday.
How many holidays you guys have in a calendar year?
We have a lot of holidays. So we've got like 2 days of Rosh Hashanah right at the beginning of the year, 2 days of Sukkot, Simchat Torah, Shmini Atzeret, Yom Kippur. So that's like how many said? It's like 7 days. And then in the fall, we've got another 6 days. So like there's like 13 holiday days. Half of them are usually on weekends.
Wow.
That kind of thing. But, so maybe like in any year, there's 6 or 7 days where we're celebrating a pretty major holiday on like a Tuesday for everyone else. And a lot of times Jewish people like have a really hard time getting off from work, or like if they're off, maybe it's okay, but then when they come back, it's like, well, why didn't you do the work? And it's like, it was our holiday. Like they had celebrations to do. And so that's like hard, or students also have a really hard time. Like those things are harder, and they happen all the time, even right here in Rhode Island.
Yeah, I would imagine. I can see it as a possibility because, just the simple fact, they want to live up to their beliefs and they want to practice every single moment of it, but then you have the school district that might not acknowledge that certain day, and they'll just, they won't even consider it important, your actual beliefs, and it's like it makes you frustrated. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm not just trying to get a free day off. Like, I actually need to go, because on these holidays, you guys, do you do anything specific? Do you pray?
Yeah, we pray. We have like long synagogue services and like family meals, and there are like probably many different Jewish twists on like many holidays. But like we're actually forbidden from doing like work. We don't use electronics. Like we really try and like be in the holiday. So a lot of times you get Jewish people who are like in synagogue all day, long services, then have like a meal with their family. And they come back to school. It's like, where's the homework? The students, and it's like, can't you just give me a break for a day, And other people, if you celebrate Christmas, you don't have to worry about that. Like you don't have to worry about like, where's your homework the day after Christmas? So you're off. Which is like fine. I get it. Most people are Christian, but like, I think a lot of times Jewish people feel like it's hard for people to imagine people not like them. And so it's like, well, I gave you the day off. Now where's your homework? It's like, you don't remember that was their major holiday.
Yeah, no, 100%. Any last questions you guys have before I ask like a final one?
I mean,
Good?
pretty good. Yeah, you
Yeah.
answered a lot actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say definitely. You know, what would you say? What would be you being a rabbi at Rhode Island? And what's your actual title again? For those who don't know, you also not just a rabbi. You also are the leader or the
President
of
the Board of Rabbis.
the Board of Rabbis of Rhode Island, Greater Rhode Island,
Greater Rhode Island.
Greater Rhode Island specifically.
I think it includes like Fall River, North Connecticut, like
wow.
Attleboro.
So like some of New England.
Yeah, it's like it's got a little.
Oh,
thing.
that's cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But you being that, what is your message to the people of Rhode Island, whether they're Jewish or not, when it comes to right now in this current state of anti-Semitism being all over the media, probably more than our generation has ever seen, whether it's the topic is just being all over the media right now. What is your opinion for the people of Rhode Island?
Yeah. So, two things I guess I would say. One is it's really good to like be curious about and get to know people, especially people who are different. That's true. Like talking to myself, right? But whenever you think like, oh, someone's different, and you can like imagine yourself having negative judgments, like stay curious, get to know those people. Really, I think people need to be mindful and kind of practice like checking their own prejudices, because it's impossible to avoid them. And like meeting people and getting to know about them is always the answer to hatred, right? Like just ask people what their life is like and why it's like that, and you'll immediately get to find out, all kinds of things. And that's true for Jews and any other kind of group and prejudice and hatred, I think, is good advice. The second thing is, I think we live in a time where people, want to be right, want to like, right? And I don't know, I think we need a better way of like this, of like really talking to each other across differences, and humanizing people, and remembering that everyone else is like someone's kid too, and they have things they're afraid of and things they hope and want and love, and like everyone's a human being. Like Jews are not some like, we're not some like aliens, we're people. Like
Yeah.
and it's the same thing for every other person.
Yeah.
No one is some like, there's a lot of like sinister innuendo and things.
Yeah.
And like our thing is everyone's created in the image of God. Right? Like everyone is infinitely valuable, lovable, worthwhile, important, should be treated that way. So
Sounds very positive to me.
It's like
You know?
it's like that saying, "Don't judge a book by its cover." And
Yeah.
have more understanding. That's pretty.
that's what it's
that's
about.
No, 100%. But man, it's been an honor, a pleasure. Thank you for accepting the invite here. If people, feel free to share whatever opinion you guys have on the conversation. I know there's going to be some weird conspiracy theories. He's a paid actor. So what's going on? What is
No money, I promise.
there's no money exchange.
Don't control the world.
Yeah.
Little power.
This is not an Illuminati. We're not one step closer to Illuminati. None of that. People have these weird rhetorics online. I have thick skin, so I'll deal with it all. I do not care. But I definitely wanted to have this conversation, especially have it on camera. Who knows? Maybe we can do more things going forward. We have a huge YouTube platform. Maybe if you would be open to it, maybe inviting us possibly to a potential synagogue, and maybe even like documenting that maybe on camera or something of that
That'd be
nature. I think
incredible.
we can do some stuff like that in the future. Because I'm just genuinely curious, and I feel like if I'm curious, a lot of people definitely are out there.
Yeah, we'd love to invite you. We'll definitely.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
We'd love to do that.
I'm down. So there we have it. Cap, we have a rabbi from Rhode Island in here. Awesome conversation. Thank you again.
So much.
For real.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Really, really
Thank you,
generous
thank you.
and sweet.
Love.
Thank you.
So if you're here for that, stay tuned for that. And what else was I going to say? Oh, and next week, well, we were trying to get a special guest next week. I'm not even going to announce it, actually. I'm not even going to say nothing. But it got rescheduled. We'll keep that as a surprise.
Hopefully
We got to
there's a
promote that ahead of
special
time,
guest
because
next
when that
week.
drops, that's going to be big. But that got rescheduled. He's local. Let's just say that.
Listen to his music even more.
Stop bumping.
Let's just say that. That's all we'll say. He's local, but he's a rapper and he's huge. Shout out to him. Let's keep it.
Facts.
Yeah, that's a good hit, Mar. Not that, not sexually, but we never know. I don't want to find out either. But let's keep it going. Speaking of Rhode Island news, if you're listening today, which everyone is, Tuesday, national elections across the entire country, especially if you're from Rhode Island. Most listeners out here, shout out to Rhode Island. You can go out and vote for your local elections. You can vote for the mayor. You can vote for a lot of new budget like plans in the state happening. A lot of things you get to decide. A lot of things happening with parks. A lot of stuff. A lot of important decisions can be made. So if you're out there in Rhode Island, go out and vote today. You can vote for mayor, governor. It's a big deal, especially local elections. We had Jorge Alorza, our mayor, which after tomorrow he's no longer going to be the mayor. He mentioned in an interview, he was like, you know, a hot take. I had a shout out to Cameron's mom. My friend Cameron's mom texted me, kind of mad at Jorge Alorza. She was like, "Why would he say that? Is that voting for the president doesn't matter? It does matter, blah blah. But local voting does matter too." But his point was to highlight local voting more.
Yeah.
He was like, local voting
Like it
matters more
us,
than the presidential election. But yeah, so go vote. Today is voting day. People have been waiting for this time for a while, especially Rhode Islanders. There's a huge energy online, social media. They're calling it the red wave. A lot of political pundits, Joe Rogan, Ben Shapiro, a lot of people online are calling it the red wave right now because there's so much hate for our current president, Joe Biden. So they're saying when it comes around to next election, next year, the actual presidential election, that if they want to get him out of here, a lot of people are going to be voting. Bless you. A lot of people who haven't ever voted Republican are going to vote Republican, and a lot of people who are Democrat might start turning to the Republican side. So very interesting time right now for politics. But shout out to everybody locally. Go vote. You'll probably see me posting me going to vote. The sticker was like that I voted sticker that they give, the free I voted sticker. So everybody out there, today's election day. Go vote. Vote for whoever you desire. Do your own research. You got no time because by the time this is out, you got to go vote. You know what I'm saying?
I've never voted.
Never?
We might have to take Marlon voting tomorrow. Do a whole vlog around it.
I've always said they got to pay me
First
for
time
my
voter.
vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
want my vote? Give me cash.
I'll take a good. Well, how much? How much? Yeah, how much?
Locally or like presidential shit?
Let's say
locally.
Let's say locally. So for the governor, we got Ashley Claus. She's a Republican. She didn't have much voters behind her, but now she has a lot of voters behind her because there's red wave. So people are like, oh, we do have a option for a Republican governor of Rhode Island, which is definitely probably not going to happen. Rhode Island's a blue state. It would be wild if that would be historic, but it's not going to happen because Dan McKee, our current governor that came in for Gina, remember Gina left because she's working for Biden, and then McKee was, I forgot the role that he's got before, and then he stepped up, but he's our governor now. So he's running. This is his first time technically running to like stay and be official governor. So if I'm Dan McKee, I want Marloon's vote. How much I got to pay Marloon?
Listen, if my vote is the one who defines everything, bro, like
you're the last one.
I'm the last one. Like that's the one.
Imagine that.
Listen, that gotta be a pretty check.
Oof.
What's the number though?
Huh?
What's the number?
Let's say
they come
since it's local and shit like that, and I might get a lot of hate from the residents and shit.
Like this vote matters.
Let's say like give me like 50K, you know what I'm saying? 50? Give me 50K. Because it's like I'm gonna need enough to possibly have to get a house somewhere else. Again, like I said,
move over.
I'm the vote that's really, and then I'm gonna have that one side that ain't gonna fuck with me. Then they gonna be egging my house and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
At least you get egged in a nice house.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Can you put like 50K plus security? Like, can I add one more?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, security for sure. Yeah,
It's gonna be tough
for sure.
Oh man,
because these white people be taking shit too serious.
Yeah, you never know, especially depending the county, etc. You know, that red wave shit is happening. I mean, we do have a following out here for Trump. We saw the Trump store out here. They've had Trump rallies in Rhode Island and Newport, but obviously it's a blue state. It's not the majority at all. It's largely the minority that are like red, etc., conservative, but they're out there. So today, go vote, pick a side, and
please read it though. Like Joe Rogan has a big voice. So there's a lot of people that have you can say something and they'll do it.
Yeah,
so it's like,
definitely look into it.
Read which side you're really liking, or I shouldn't even say side. A person that is talking Like he's doing what you want them to do, and then vote like that.
And then don't forget that a lot of the promises that they make are all bullshit.
Yeah, a lot of lies.
So don't get mad.
Do your research a little bit. You got till today. Yeah,
They
you got a couple hours.
Get to it.
They're just trying to win you over.
Rhode Island. Speaking of Rhode Island, also going forward, Rhode Island Comic Con was this weekend. Shout out to Rhode Island Comic Con. I forgot completely. Last minute, I remembered, and I emailed them, and they were down to give me media passes for free. But then I responded too late. But I just went. Me and Deja. Edwin was supposed to go, but we know how Edwin could be sometimes. He was too tired. I guess I don't know what happened. He was here on the couch. He was gonna go, but then he passed out. But I went with Deja. It was me and Deja. I was like, okay, even if we don't get passes, I'm like, we can catch some people outside, get some cool costumes. But we went, and then I was like, where's the media passes? Like, where's media? Where do we go to? And everyone was like, oh, the police, everyone was nice. Oh, it's the backside. So we went to the backside, back door. I just went in, and then they just let us in. They were like, oh, no, you can just come. It's fine. I was like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, you just go.
The camera and all that.
Got the back access, and then boom, we got in for free.
You sure you want to say this?
It's their fault, not mine. It's like at this point.
Yeah, but now mad people gonna start doing it and shit.
Well, shout out to Susan. I'll say that. I did mention her name, so that I think that helped. I don't think it was fully free. Me mentioning who I emailed, and they were like, "Oh yeah, Susan, okay." Cause I told her, I looked her in her face. I'm like, I talked to Susan just in case, cause you guys are letting me in.
You put your foot down.
But it's last day. You know how it should be. Last day, towards the end of the day, this 3-day event. Towards the end of the day, the last day event, they probably were just like everyone's like lackadaisical, like oh whatever, it's cool. Everyone's nice because I went to a lot of celebrity booths and you got to pay to like take photos, etc. But majority of them, I only paid for one, and that was Danny Trejo. I had to pay for fucking Danny Trejo $50.
You have to pay extra inside, like even.
Yeah, because it's like convention, so it's like they're there to get paid. All these celebrities are there to like get.
That's true. Yeah.
You pay for autographs. You pay for photos.
Just stay from a fucking distance and take the picture.
My boy saw him at Waterfire. Like they was walking around and they took a picture. It was like, yo, the dude with my check is over there. Yeah,
that's dope.
But he saw him at Waterfire. Yeah,
there was a lot of dope like individuals, you know. But yeah, it was a dope thing. So I interviewed a couple interesting people. So I'm gonna upload that soon. I'll see how I'm gonna promote it. It's a lot of dope content. Shout out to everybody out there. There was a couple fans as well that were going crazy. But yeah, Rhode Island Comic Con next year. Hopefully, I can hit them up again ahead of time and maybe do like a proper collaboration. Cause that was actually a pretty cool event. Like a lot of people there, like the stereotypical nerd. You look up nerd, everyone thinks like a nerd's like a scrawny white kid with like glasses or something, and like they're into this type of stuff. But then you go there, and there's like a nuance to that word of nerd, which I've always like I've told myself like I'm a nerd to certain things. But you go there, and like a lot of people are downplay that, like oh, I don't want to go there. There's a bunch of nerds. But then it was so many people, and I'm not gonna lie to you, the majority of the people were black. The majority of the people were black. The majority of the celebrities were black. And I'm like, yo, this is amazing. And a bunch of stories, like I interviewed a guy dressed as Predator, and he was like, my father has terminal cancer, and our favorite movie growing up as a kid we watched was Predator. That's why I'm dressed as Predator. I'm like, what? And then everyone else, a lot of people were at the booths. I was getting emotional. I'm like, damn, everyone's like doing something like nonprofit. Like I'm dressed up as this and this for nonprofit. I was like, wow, this is like doper than I expected. And Deja loved it. She was like, wow, this is cool as hell. So that's gonna go up soon.
Is it people just stay down playing fucking nerds and shit like that?
Yeah.
Man, that shit
Everything's blowing up nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like how everyone watches anime now and openly wants to say it because it's part of a wave now. But back in the day, you wouldn't say it because you were scared and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
They roast you right away.
Yeah,
what was like the best costume you've seen? Like
probably Predator because it looked realistic. The Predator one.
I seen the thumbnail or a picture of it. Yeah,
yes, Deja I think took us a photo. Yeah, while she was filming.
Yeah,
I did it on an iPhone. I filmed on iPhone. We have a backup iPhone, her old iPhone, and on this one too because I adapted it to the mics. I have a cable that I bought to adapt it to the mics. So I did it all on an iPhone just to not bring the camera, etc. But it looks good, sounds good. So that's going up soon. But yeah, it was crazy. It was a crazy thing. Shout out to Rhode Island Comic Con. You know, Rhode Island, you can never say there's nothing happening in Rhode Island. There's a lot of fucking celebrities out here this weekend, guys, you know. So, and speaking of Rhode Island, let's keep it going. Shout out to our friend that we went to school with, classical high school alumni. We went to high school. We saw him from a young kid playing baseball. everyone was saying that Jeremy Pena was a phenomenon.
Facts.
He had the JP nickname from a young age.
Mm-hmm.
He had a legendary young coach, Kennedy, out here in Rhode Island that always spoke great of him. And now we have Jeremy Pena going from classical high school to University of Maine, right? Elevating to the MLB, and in his first year, he won a Gold Glove. He also won
ALCS.
the
MVP.
ALCS, the divisional MVP award. Then he won the World Series,
Yep.
and then he won the MVP of the World Series.
Yeah.
First rookie to hit a home run in the World Series. That's another milestone.
And the first rookie to win an MVP in a World Series since 1997. That's before he was born.
Bring the Brinks truck.
So, and we're talking about he was on the Houston Astros, a team that was caught in a cheating scandal, and they got striped away of their only ever championship, right?
Nah, they didn't get taken away.
It got taken
tainted,
away?
though. The name got tainted though.
The name got tainted, but they were trying to. I think it was debated whether they were going to get it taken away. The name got tainted. A lot of people don't even count that trophy, that award. And then now we have the Astros winning the World Series with Jeremy Pena, and it's because of Jeremy Pena.
100%.
This is wild.
Are you sure it's
100%.
not the because Dusty? It says Dusty Baker's first.
I don't think he wasn't.
So they got stripped, or he wasn't with the Astros.
He wasn't with the Astros.
Who was with prior?
I don't remember, but I think he was with the Giants though before this.
Oh, okay, that
I know-
makes sense.
yeah.
Okay, that's what it is then. But yeah, legendary sports phenomenon from
Going
Providence,
crazy.
Rhode Island, and we're blessed to know him. He's gonna come to the studio soon. We're gonna have an interview with him. Bottom of this year, or top of next year is coming. Shout out to Jeremy Pena. Rhode Island, Providence, Rhode Island. You have to be proud. Classical high school. You have to be proud.
Yeah.
Stand up and be proud right now because it's a legend.
Nuts hang right now.
Bro, it's like, it gives me chills, bro, every time I see him, because it's like I played with him, bro. Like we was on classical together, we played on PSL. Like I used to throw down a second to him, like
That shit make you horny. Huh?
It make a lot of girls horny. You seen them signs and
Listen.
shit, bro? All them
today at
signs,
the
y'all wanna
parade, they had
marry
the
you.
signs, marry me,
That's
Jeremy.
JP,
That's
crazy,
funny.
bro.
Oh my god,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
a handsome guy.
Oh, yeah,
Strap
bitches
it up,
gonna
my
get
boy.
turned down.
Strap it up over
Strap
there.
it up,
'cause-
Jeremy, man. Listen,
But
God
yeah,
bless
nah,
Jeremy.
It's crazy. Yeah.
A legend already. I say it here. I called it, and I called in the past, but I'm gonna call it again. He's gonna go down in history as one of the greatest baseball players of all time, with the likes of A-Rod, Derek Jeter. Jeremy Pena is gonna fall in line with them casually. He already arguably had a better first year than all of them.
Yeah, he checked off a lot of shit. Like right now, he can retire, bro.
He can retire.
and be a legend, yo. Like, that's
Jeremy,
just crazy.
retire, Jeremy. That's it. But speaking of also Rhode Island athletes, we had Kwity Paye in here recently. Shout out to Kwity Paye. He came back home. Basically, he was facing the New England Patriots for his first time since last season, and his mother was there live. Her first time watching Kwity Paye live ever at any NFL game professionally, and I think that the Patriots won.
Yeah, they
But
smacked him. But
Kwity definitely had his moments there. He had like
played well.
6 tackles or something crazy, and he had one big sack on Mac Jones, a quarterback. Woo! So shout out to Kwity, man, defensive end for the Indianapolis, hard word to say, Indianapolis Colts out of Providence, Rhode Island. Our brother Kwity Paye. Shout out to him. But let's keep it all going with more news, major news. Rest in peace, Aaron Carter. Aaron Carter used to be a opener for the Backstreet Boys. He's related. He's the brother of Nick Carter. Young phenomenon. Aaron Carter was basically what Justin Bieber is today, back decades ago. He, at 9 years old, had hits that sold millions, albums that sold millions. I think he had like 4 like multi-platinum albums. Very successful pop artist. Before our time, but Aaron Carter did his thing. Recently, we've seen it in the headlines. He always goes viral. He has no jumper interviews, etc., because he's like very hyper, has had open dialogue discussing his addiction to drugs. And I think top of the year, or was it last year, we saw him go viral because Lamar Odom knocked him out. He did the celebrity boxing match. He was the one that Lamar Odom knocked out. But man, they don't know the actual cause of death. They're saying it's potentially an overdose, that he died at the hands of his devils that he's been fighting, his demons he's been fighting. Because I think they found him in a tub.
in a bathtub, yep.
In a bathtub in a hotel? or was it his house? I don't know the specifics, but
yeah.
very sad. Rest in peace, Aaron Carter, another, not rapper but an artist, passing away this month already. This month, right? Yeah, because Takeoff was like last week, basically.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Takeoff was Halloween night, so it's basically, yeah. Damn.
A week apart.
A week apart, basically. That's crazy. So rest in peace, Aaron Carter. Yeah, a lot of people say Aaron Carter walked so Justin Bieber could run. It's true. He had. You guys probably know the song. I want candy.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I want candy. That young white kid with blonde hair. He looked like Richie Rich in the video. With like
That
candy.
shit brings up childhood memories.
Bro, that song was on the radio all the time.
That was
I want candy.
yeah,
Oh!
wow.
Legendary, man.
So, rest in peace.
And we have breaking news. Rihanna has come out publicly for the first time since the Super Bowl announcement. A reporter had the balls, or let's say vagina, because I think it was a female reporter. Respect to her. Associated Press asked her on the red carpet of her Savage Fenty show, Volume 4, about her new album, or lack thereof. We finally have an answer. Let me connect. Is the roadcast? Yes, connected. Because everyone's like, we spoke about it here. The Super Bowl's coming. Oh, she's gonna perform. There's gotta be a new album coming. Rihanna says otherwise.
Question. Obviously, if you wouldn't have done the Super Bowl
Volume
without
down?
coming.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
But we can.
Super Bowl is one thing, new music is another thing. Do you hear that,
Damn, we hear it, Riri.
fans? Because I knew the second that I announced this, I said, oh my God, they're gonna think my album is coming. I need to get to work. But I do have new music coming out, but
I have to get to work. So the album has never even been done?
She ain't even been
She
in the
didn't
studio.
do it!
She
You know
ain't
what
even-
that means, though?
What?
ASAP hasn't tainted her yet.
ASAP Rocky hasn't tainted her. Let's pray. Maybe he's the one like, oh, scrap those. Cause she's working. She says it here. What she's saying?
we'll see. Unrelated. But a special project.
Looking forward to it.
So a special project's coming. But damn, I don't know, man. Riri, we want the new music. Hopefully, like Marlon said, ASAP Rocky hasn't tainted it. I do not want ASAP Rocky touching that at all. I'm sorry. Maybe Lil Yachty. I want Lil Yachty touching it because look at what Lil Yachty did with his new album.
Bro,
No, listen, we gotta give him his props, Mark. We're gonna get it. We haven't gotten it with the topic yet, I think, but we're gonna get to it. But we gotta give him his props when it comes to that. At
I'm
least.
gonna mute your fucking mic.
Yeah. Rihanna got to stay with the Beyonce over there.
Bro.
That
I don't even know
that-
how you're bringing Yachty's name next to Rihanna, bro.
Listen, Yachty is a good.
I'm gonna mute your fucking mic.
That's not in the ingredients, yo. It doesn't work.
Yo, but speaking of social, well, let's keep it here. We're gonna have a rabbi soon. He's gonna talk about this topic with us, but I'll share my opinions biasly prior to his arrival. So Kyrie Irving has apologized. We spoke about it here prior. Kyrie Irving is always in the midst of some controversy. We literally had his teammate here sitting beside us, our brother David Duke, Nets player, his teammate, literally sat here beside us talking about Kyrie being misunderstood, etc. That was during the what was the main thing at the time? The COVID, the vaccine. Kyrie not wanting to be vaccinated. Now we have Kyrie Irving posting on his story and also on Twitter a link to a documentary called From Hebrews to Negroes, I believe. Or is it might be the other way around. Pardon me. So that documentary is a controversial one because it's a documentary that majority of it is like one of those like going back to your roots, finding where the actual black man is from, the black blood, but then it plays onto the narrative that is false. A lot of false stuff is in it. It's not a full factual documentary. It's just some opinions that they throw in there that makes it like anti-Semitic because there's some anti-Semitic rhetoric in it. Literally saying that the Holocaust didn't exist. That's one of the topics on the fucking documentary, right?
Why is this still an ongoing thing, bro? Why do people think that shit? Like,
But I think it's because, I'm not gonna lie to you, Kanye opened the floodgates with this shit because I spoke to the studio about it. Like, I like the topic, and I think we said it in here. Like, I like the fact that it's a topic, so a lot of people researching it, and we're talking about it more than ever. But at the same time, and that's why I want to have the rabbi talk, there's a lot of people that speak about it from an ignorant standpoint because they just categorize Jewish as white. But it's not that. There's a lot of black Jewish people. The guy that went viral for burning Kyrie and Yeezy's shoes and Kanye's shoes online was a black Jewish guy. He went viral. He was burning all their shoes. It was a black Jewish guy. So I think there's something that needs to be broken down more when it comes to that religion and stuff. But I do agree, like I've said in the past, that there is a lot of Jewish people that are powerful. Bob Iger owns Disney. That means they own everything. Disney owns everything. There's a lot of other examples that they happen to be Jewish. So there's a lot of powerful Jewish people, yes. Now, it's not taking it how a lot of these rhetorics are taking it. I'm not taking it to that documentary. Let's not say Kyrie, because he posted that. I don't think he fully believed in that documentary, but then he didn't make it clear.
Yeah.
Because now in his apology, he does. Thankfully, he apologized. A lot of people were like, don't apologize. Why is he going to apologize? Well, the Nets suspended him for 5 days without pay, basically dropping him from the team temporarily. And then after that, a bunch of people online still debating. They're like, well, what else is going to happen? What's going on? So he apologized. I think the night of that happened, I broke news, and then he apologized on Instagram. And he said, basically, to summarize his apology, he was like, I apologize to my people, because what happened was they released a statement. For those who don't know, the Nets, in conjunction with Kyrie Irving, right when this controversy broke out. But then the next day, he got interviewed in person at the Nets practice. Instead of repeating what he said in the statement, he was not trying to answer the question. He was kind of like trying to, for lack of better terms, play a smart ass, and he was frustrated. And he said in his apology. So he was like, they were like, yes or no, Kyrie, are you anti-Semitic? He was like, how can I be anti-Semitic if I know where I'm from? Like trying to be, what's that called? Like playing semantics. Yeah. Almost, pun intended, not really, but semantic is a different word.
So answering the question without really answering.
Exactly. Like beating, what do they call beating around the bush, right? And then, since that happened, he was trying to beat around the bush. And in his apology, he apologized for that. Because that's why they dropped him from the team. They were like, bro, we gave you an opportunity again to answer it in person. Like, that was our plan for you to do that. You didn't do it, so we don't like that. So you're suspended without pay. And now he's saying, I'm apologizing for that. I'm sorry. I felt like I was being attacked for being anti-Semitic. I was scared. I didn't like that feeling of being called that. So I just didn't know how to handle that. Like, I felt hurt, he said. But I'm sorry to all my Jewish family, brothers, sisters, everyone all around the world. I am not anti-Semitic. A great apology. A lot of people are like, oh, his PR wrote that. He didn't write that, etc. You guys are never satisfied. Oh, he apologized. That's it. Let's move on, right? Now, Nike has dropped Kyrie, basically, because they suspended him, his contract. They stopped. They paused selling his Nikes, but they basically suspended him because his contract ends next year, 2023, in October. So almost a year ahead of the schedule, instead of announcing an extension, etc., it was already questionable this year. They were like, we don't know if we're going to extend Kyrie's contract. Yeah. They paused it. So basically they're dropping him because I'm pretty sure he's not going to want to re-sign with them again after this, right? And then aside from Nike doing that, the Nets have now made 6 requirements. He has to complete 6 requirements, mandatory, in order to come back to the team. And the 6 requirements are, let's read them right here. Apologize and condemn the movie. That's 1. $500,000 donation to anti-hate causes, which was a part of the first statement. He donated, him and the Nets both donated $500,000 to the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, I believe, or something like that. But they denied his money. They're like, we don't want your money, Kyrie. But the Nets are like, no, you still got to donate $500,000, but do it to anti-hate causes. Sensitivity training, number 3. Anti-Semitic training, number 4. And meet with ADL, the people that didn't want to take his money, Jewish leaders, number 5. And then number 6, meet with Joe Tsai, the owner of the Nets, to demonstrate understanding. Is Kyrie going to do all those things? He's not. I'm guaranteeing you guys, he's probably not going to do that. So he's probably not going to be a Net. A Brooklyn Net.
Or at least he's thinking about it right now. Like, he's just weighing his options now. Like, if I don't do this shit, what's gonna happen? And I mean, we kind of know what's gonna happen, but
I think, because my thing, and I want to discuss it with the rabbi, but I think it's definitely is overboard now. Like, he apologized. Yeah. Like, it's like they're forcing these things now. Now they're making it, I feel like they're trying to make like an example out of him, and it's like coming off very distasteful. Like, I get it. posting that without any context was wrong, especially if it has anti-Semitic stuff. You can post it, but be like, I don't fuck with the anti-Semitic shit in this documentary, but I fuck with this documentary. Check out the rest. But the anti-Semitic shit, they're fucked up there. But everything else I fuck with. You could have said that.
Or maybe test them. Like instead of saying, yo, are you anti-Semitic? Be like, yo, this and this happened in the movie. Like, how do you feel about that shit? And really see if he watched it.
Did he even fucking watch it?
Like,
he might have never watched it because it sounded good.
The title and shit. Yeah,
it probably sounded good because Kyrie, he has a pattern of he believes. I'm not sure if he still does that the Earth's flat. He believes in the flat Earth theory. One of those conspiracy, he believes in that. It's like, okay, some people, you're entitled to your own opinion, right? Anti-vax, right? He didn't get vaccinated, and now this. So people are like, man, Kyrie. But I do think that the man has great intentions. I think he's a great person. I've followed and admired a lot of his like outreach. Like he's trying to almost be like a Muhammad Ali type of like messenger. But the thing is, it falls on deaf ears when it comes at the hand of, the fight and the clash with the media, the portrayal of stuff. If he posts that documentary with some context, etc., people will digest it better. But you're just fucking up. Like I think he needs like a team. I swear to God, he needs a team. Now, these 6 requirements, I think he's not going to do them. I think it's a bit overboard. Even though they're all good. Don't get me wrong, but...
Still too crazy. Like
it's like they're treating him like a child. Like, you got to do this. If not, you can't go eat the dessert. You got to eat your vegetables. You got to drink your milk. If not, you can't have candy. It's like, hold up. He's a grown man, guys. Let's have some respect for him at least. And also, this went viral. Let's play the clip of LeBron James talking about Kyrie. And I'm not going to lie, I didn't love LeBron James's response to Kyrie Irving's situation. I get it, but he kind of teed. Put the volume up a bit.
Personally, I don't condone any hate to any kind, to any race, to Jewish communities, to black communities, to Asian communities. You guys know where I stand, and it's part of the reason why I didn't air the Shop episode. Why we kicked that.
The one with Kanye, remember? It took Kanye off the episode.
Because it was hate conversation going on there. And I don't represent that. There's no place in this world for it. Nobody can benefit from that. And I believe, what Kyrie did caused some harm to a lot of people. And he has since, over the last, I think today, or was it yesterday, he apologized. But he caused some harm, and I think it's unfortunate. But I don't stand on the position to harm people when it comes to your voice or your platform or anything. And so it doesn't matter what color your skin is, how tall you are, what position you are in. If you are promoting or soliciting or saying harmful things to any community that harm people, then I don't respect it. I don't.
So basically, I think in the caption as well, it kind of summarizes it better. He says, "I don't condone any hate to any kind of any race. What Kyrie calls some harm to a lot of people, I don't respect it." Basically, he doesn't respect it. Doesn't respect Kyrie for what he did. And a lot of people are like, "Damn, why are you throwing Kyrie under the bus?" Because he did apologize. But then you have to look at it like this. LeBron is a billionaire. LeBron.
And a lot of it's in that Nike deal.
Bro, LeBron is tied into so many moving parts. He owns schools. He's LeBron James, a walking billionaire corporation entity. He has to be like, I don't fuck with none of that shit. What if he was like, I kind of fuck with it?
Yeah.
Like, what do you guys want? You can't expect also at the same time for him to kind of like he wants to deflect it fully. Like he wants to like wash his hands from this whole situation. Like, but then it's fucked up because him and Kyrie were reconnecting recently, and they have some sort of friendship. So it's like you would want an athlete of LeBron stature to kind of back up Kyrie in this moment, but be like, he apologized. I don't agree with what he did, but he did apologize, and like, you know, hold him accountable, but respectfully. Here, he just said, I don't respect him. Mm-hmm. So now this is definitely going to cause some turmoil between both of them again. And people are just going at LeBron now because of this. But I understand it. I think two things can be right. It's like, yeah, he kind of definitely could have done it nicer. He's his friend, but there's like, bro.
Yeah, but if
money's
you think
involved.
about it,
Can't blame him
if
too
he
much.
said this, it's because that's what he felt. Because he could have just said no comment.
That's true too.
He
And he
could have
looked kinda
just
heated.
said he could have just said no comment. If that's his boy, you don't want to throw him under the bus or throw yourself on the no comment.
He almost was
But
prepared for that.
You know what I'm saying?
Question.
But he's like, yo, I don't respect that shit. So best believe Kyrie, he don't respect it.
Yeah.
I just feel like
It's that simple.
with the media, even that no comment gives you an answer. Cause
Yeah,
it's
they'll be like, LeBron says no
Yeah.
comment on the anti-Semitic with Kyrie.
So, I
Yeah,
mean,
but
he fucks with him.
but you can, that now that is left up in the air for whatever interpretation, however you want to interpret it.
Yeah.
Because he's like, yo, no comment. It could be like, oh wow, he really doesn't fuck with Kyrie, but you're just keeping yourself safe too. You could still be cool with him or whatever. It doesn't, that's just how it is.
You're playing safe with both sides.
Yeah, like
I feel you.
no
I think
comment.
Tough,
Kanye kind of brought Kyrie down too, because Kanye was
Yeah.
posting Kyrie, bro, like crazy, leading up to like
That was
the
the
Nets dropping him and Nike dropping him. Kanye was posting Kyrie like, I stand by him. So people were like,
So it's Kanye's fault.
it has to be Kanye's fault, bro.
He was kind of pressured a little bit for
Bro,
sure.
posting everything Kyrie, like this
Kanye.
guy's an idol, like kind of like posting that type of energy,
Kanye bringing everyone down.
bringing
Yeah.
everyone down with him.
That's
And it's
true.
like, Kanye, you're a billionaire, you can afford to do that. Kyrie's not there yet. He's not, and he hasn't re-signed like a huge contract yet because he hasn't been playing much. Like I think he's played 100 games on the Nets, and there's been like 120 or 130 games that he hasn't played. He's barely played
Yeah.
since he's been a Net. So it's like no one's really gonna want to invest in him, and especially not with these controversial things. But then Kanye just fucking bringing him down with him is like, fuck, bro.
Yeah.
It's
'Cause
interesting.
you see the other people who were signed with Donda, Jaylen Brown right away said, "Nah, I'm out of here."
Yeah.
Who else? I forgot who else it was, but they just knew that you couldn't back them up for certain things, but then there's like stuff that's just like you're not that articulate with it. Like they don't know what you're trying to say with it, so we can't really back you up no more. Like, it's tough.
That's
Listen,
it, bro. That's a backstab for Kanye.
Yeah.
You already know he don't fuck with you now. Best believe he gonna talk crazy on your name.
Well, he can't talk like, yo, I got money now. Like, I got more money than you, this and that, because he doesn't no more. Like,
He tried to go with
lost a
Shaq.
lot.
Remember Shaq? He was talking about Shaq because Shaq responded to Kanye's situation on NBA TNT with Charles Barkley and stuff. And he was coming at Kanye like, yo, that, and people who just believe in that type of rhetoric, the anti-Semitic, etc. And he came at Shaq like something, you're a puppet, something weird. And then Shaq was like, you should take my advice. He's like, you should take your own advice. Like, remember when Kanye told, was it Piers Morgan? He was like, I'm richer than you.
Yeah.
Like, why would I listen to you if I'm richer than you? Shaq said it back to him, to Kanye. He was like, I'm rich. You should listen to me. I'm richer than you, blah, blah. Take a richer person's advice. Because Shaq is, especially now, if Kanye lost the Adidas contract, Shaq owns everything.
Nah,
I don't know if people know. Shaq
got
has money in Papa Gino's. Shaq has money in Walmart. He's like the main seller in Walmart.
Starbucks.
Bro, it's like Shaq has, like, I can't even, off the top of my head, there's so many, like,
Music discography and shit.
bro, Shaq is
Elvis,
rich. He's definitely touched
all
the
that
B.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys probably see all the time, it always goes viral. Shaq will go to like let's say he'll go to like Marlone's job and he gets something and he'll give you like a tip, but it won't be he'll be like 10,000 or 20,000.
Shaq, advanced auto parts on fucking.
Wrenches, top class wrenches
Bro,
and that
listen,
He
shit.
leaves the
I'll
best
give-
tips, bro.
I'll give you the shit we leave in the back for us.
The gold tip shit.
Nah, I'm playing. We don't have that, but definitely pulled through, bro.
Bro, Shaq leaves the best tips. Like, he's a legendary story. He's like in the airlines. Everywhere he goes, he leaves like 50,000, 60,000. Changed people's lives all the time.
Mad
You think a
generous.
man can afford that? He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
He's a billionaire. So, yeah, Kanye, you got to be careful because now you're going to get a taste of your own medicine. You say these things and you want to, now people say it back to you and it's valid. You said that to Piers Morgan, now Shaq's saying it to you. Shaq's valid. He's richer than you. So maybe you should shut the fuck up like Shaq's saying and fucking take a break, you know?
Don't put my work address in there.
Let's bleep that, you know?
Bleep it.
Especially because we got the guy the other day.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to.
I'm
I'm gonna bleep all that. Beep, what time is it right now? At what mark?
40. Let's say
40.
38 to 40
38 minutes. Okay.
38 to 40
Beep
minutes.
beep. 38.
We're 41 minute.
38. So now moving on. Speaking of Twitter, Elon Musk has officially announced breaking news to the people on Twitter. If you want to have a verified account, he's adding it to the subscription that currently already existed. It's called Twitter Blue. It was $5 a month. Now he's bumping it up, Twitter Blue, to $8 a month, including verification. So you can have your account verified, and also on top of that, you're gonna have access to all the benefits of Twitter Blue, which is you can edit your tweets. Tweets take a second, like 30 or like 10 seconds to like send. So you have like a pre-screening of like, make sure that you want to send this out, almost like a warning. A lot of cool features. I have Twitter Blue because I wanted to test it out. I had it for like a month. It expires this month, but I think you have to re-sign again. I think new members of Twitter Blue get the new version with the verification. So I'm gonna let this one expire to try to get that verification. Yeah. You know, we're gonna be verified now with $8 a month verification. And then on top of that, he's going hard. He said and announced, and right after it was immediately effective. Parody accounts. Anyone that's doing parody accounts on Twitter that are not clearly like a parody account, like for humor. It's like someone like, you know how they always pop up that viral, like a tweet by Elon, but it's not Elon. Yeah. But it's a verified account. It just says Elon on it. What? Is that Elon? Permanently deleted. Not even like temporarily suspended, permanently deleted. He did it with a famous comedian, Kathy Griffin, and also a famous YouTuber, podcaster from H3H3, Ethan Klein. Overnight, they're both gone from Twitter, permanently deleted, because they had parody accounts. They had their usernames as Elon Musk. So it's also directed to him. They're not just doing parody accounts of someone else. It's like, he might be a bit more biased. Obviously, he's like, oh, you're doing parody accounts of me? Permanently deleted.
That's why I thought Donald Trump was what came back the other time. Because
he saw a parody account.
Donald J. Trump, and probably one of those letters was fucked up.
Yeah.
But I read it quick, so it's like...
So that's the thing. A lot of people are like, yo, so does it make it special? Like the fact that now you can pay $8 a month and get verified, does it even make it any special? But his take is like, it's going to help eliminating bots, because most of the bots are computer generated, and they're not gonna be physical people that can pay for a monthly subscription. And if you do pay for a monthly subscription, they're going to have more of your information so they can track you more. So it's going to supposedly now eliminate bots. A lot of people are going to be less bots. I agree, it can definitely help that, but then it's going to be weird seeing so many verified accounts.
Yeah, everybody's verified.
But at the same time, not everyone was going to want to pay. People like free shit. So if you don't want to pay, you don't got to pay. I feel like the first month, everyone's going to do it just to do it. Like, but then it's going to die down more, more serious people going to have it. I'm going to definitely do it because I fucking need it regardless. I've been submitting to Twitter for verification like crazy. They never fucking want to. And on top of that, there's someone that's a male porn star that has a username similar to mine. It's a Vibe 1 or something like that. Dang. And I get tagged all the time, a random guy with a huge dick, like jerking it off or something, and people are like, ooh. And I'm like, that's not me.
Damn sound.
Bro, I'm like, and hacking, bro. I'm like, that's not me. And he never shows his face, this guy. He's like a random guy, like he has an OnlyFans.
You're the face.
No, hell
You're the face.
I got a family, man.
Bro, listen.
Fuck that.
Edwin, edit this motherfucker's face.
It's finally out, yeah.
Because when it happened the first time, I'm like, it's a mistake. Like these guys, I'm like, okay, it's a vibe, it's a phrase. They probably just meant that as a phrase. Then it kept happening. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I would get DMs from like, because I've gotten gay DMs, fans and stuff, but then it would get more explicit. I'm like, what is this guy talking about? He wants me or he'll pay me. Like, and then you check his page, it'll be like a porn star or it'll be like a porn reposter type of account that reposts porn. I'm like, what are these people talking about?
Bro, what if they're offering you bands, bro?
You didn't ask them like how much?
Hell no, bro. I want nothing to do with that because they realize eventually, like, oh, it's not you, my bad. Yeah. Because it's obvious, like once you see, like, oh, once they see who they're interacting with, like, oh, no, my bad. Yeah. But it's like, bro, Elon, please delete that guy. I need to be the only. It's a vibe.
You seen that video that's been going viral where he's like, is he talking with like Joe Rogan?
Elon?
Yeah.
About this?
And he fires like someone right there on the spot.
Oh, they made like a spoof video.
Yeah.
About firing.
That's just mad funny, bro.
Because Joe Rogan interviewed the CEO of the woman. I think she was an Indian woman of Twitter that got fired recently. And he interviewed Elon Musk. That was like a year ago, months ago. It's been a while. It's the old set. It's the old Joe Rogan set. But they mocked it up whereas like it looks like Elon's firing her live on air at the Joe Rogan podcast. Is hilarious. It's well done.
Man, funny.
But yeah, man, Elon Musk is going hard for Twitter, man, and he's tweeting like crazy, man. His bio now, I think, is like Twitter, like something. Let's look at it actually. His bio, he's trying to be funny with it. because he's comedic. You know, he's Elon Musk. I have his notifications on, but it's like they've been going crazy.
He
like
paid $44 billion for it, and then I think he said they're losing $4 million a day. So it's like,
yes,
fuck.
he also said that. So they're losing like $4 million a day since like the announcement and stuff because of the staff leaving, making the staff leave, etc. Shorting the staff, but they're also saying that they don't need that much staff. They're overly staffed, like to run the jobs. Like he doesn't need that many people, right? So in the long run, he's gonna make profit, but then doing this pay, the $8 a month, is gonna be something that is gonna help him make his money back. Yeah. But his bio says Twitter complaint hotline operator, so he's the Twitter complaint hotline operator. And literally an hour ago, he posted a photo of a shirt that says, "Your feedback is appreciated. Now pay $8." You know, Twitter usage is at an all-time high. LOL. I just hope the servers don't melt. That was his tweet an hour ago.
Elon's probably like the biggest fucking troll out there right now.
Yeah, that dude.
Motherfucker has so.
And he knows how to do it. I feel good. I feel like he does it in a good way.
That's just funny, bro. It really is funny.
It's not like abusing his money type of shit. Like it's really just I have this money.
But he could though. Yeah, he could. Like
it reminds me of like how Trump. He's like Trump minus being president and minus like. Going like too harsh with it. Like he's obviously not.
Mine is racist.
Yeah, like he's not doing nothing with the immigration policies like Trump did, etc. He's not doing nothing that far. He doesn't even have that power, but he has that sort of satire, you know, skill, comedic skill from a Trump that he can do it in his own way, and it's funny. But then people make it political. A lot of politicians hate Elon right now. They keep going at him on Twitter. AOC, him and AOC have a back and forth right now. Alexandria Acosta.
They're just mad he has more money, bro. Let's keep it a stack.
He's a very powerful man.
Nah.
But the thing is now with him running Twitter is like, I don't know. He could do what he wants. I'll be like, if you guys don't like it, then just don't be on it. I guess but then at the same time, it's like that kind of is a sucky.
Well, that's what he's saying with the money.
But that's what he's saying.
Yeah, he's like, yo, I don't give a fuck what you say.
Yeah, it's like
pay $8, bro. You're still paying that shit. Like, yeah,
100%, bro.
And it's less than $100 a year if you pay it monthly, and it's not $10. It's kind of affordable. It's like in between $5 and $10. Because he had a poll up. I think we talked about it here. He had a poll up which price it should go.
It's not less than $100 a year.
Yeah, because it's like
12 months.
8 times 12.
8 times 12.
It's $96. Yeah, 80 plus 16.
Nah, bro.
80 I'm a mathematician. It's $96.
Oh yeah, so with 12, yeah.
Because 88 is 11 times 8.
88
then 8 plus 88 is 96.
There's taxes in there though somewhere.
I don't know. Maybe it might be.
Quick math class.
But yeah, right below $100, and he'll probably say that in the promo.
Shout out Mr. White.
Miss Karen must be proud of us.
He'll probably say that in the promo. He'll be like, "It's less than $100 a month, a year, guys." That's probably the goal. I swear to God. Because think about it. Why 8? It's like a random number. And it makes it more viral. No one's paying $8 a month for anything. That's like a random number. It's like
Netflix.
Not even but people at least will be like
14 now.
Or even though
14.
No, it's $20 a month now.
That's 20
for the 4K one that I pay for is $20 a month. But even
you have
then,
4K TV though.
Yeah, get the 4K TV.
I'm about to say what the fuck you paying?
Yeah,
to, you know what I'm saying.
But even aside from that, usually it's like $4.99, $8.99, $7.99. He said fuck the $99, $8. Like he could have been like $7.99. No, $8.
I feel like if it gives me access, because I mean the edit button is smooth and all, but like
bro,
you said before,
delete the fucking text, the tweet and retweet.
If the verification thing gets me like access to DMing somebody that's verified and they'll see it, that'd be worth the $8.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah.
If you're using it for good shit, because now it's like, yo, you'll pay $8 to send somebody some bullshit, yo, like send a famous person some wild shit.
I'll be in Drake's fucking DM.
Be in Drake's?
Yeah.
Yeah, put me in a verse, bro.
No, fuck that. Nah. I'd just be like, bro, listen, let me modify one of your cars.
Which car? Have you seen the cars that he has? Say which car would you want?
Nah, I don't know which one, but just Drake, let me modify one of your cars, bro.
I'm pretty sure he got plenty.
He got plenty. He has to have a whole garage full.
Just give me bread and I'll modify, and trust me, you will love it, bro. Telling you.
Before we get into Drake, let's talk about another legend. Eminem got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame over the weekend. Here are some of the highlights from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame speeches that occurred, including his. Can you guys hear that?
No.
Yes. Let's play from the top then. This is his speech, a part of his speech.
Almost died from an overdose in 2007, which kind of sucked because Haley, plug your ears. Because drugs were fucking delicious.
Thank God.
And I thought we had a good thing going, man, but I'm like, I had to go and fuck it all up. Take too many. God damn. Look at Haley.
Look at Haley, his daughter.
So,
Eminem being Eminem, the satirical, comedic Eminem, talking about his overdose, but in a satirical way, or it's like I almost died, but he's like the drugs are fucking awesome. And then we also have who else? Dr. Dre speaking, one of the guests of honor, giving a speech for Eminem.
there was a massive amount of resistance from my own team, like people around me that didn't want me to work with him simply because he was white. Didn't want me to sign him or anything like that. While everyone else around me had their doubts, I knew that his gifts were undeniable.
That's right.
Yeah, his raw, dark, humorous lyrics, coupled with an impeccable cadence, stood out from everything I had ever heard before.
So we have an excerpt from the speech. I don't want to play the full thing. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I think they're going to release it, like the HD quality one, like a couple months from now. But there we have it. Literally, he said like people didn't want him to sign Eminem because of the fact that he was just simply white at the time. Just because he's white. You want to sign a white boy? Especially because, think about it, Dr. Dre coming from NWA?
Yeah.
NWA.
And
literally in the
hip-hop.
title.
Yeah.
Like, niggas with attitude. And you're going to sign a white boy? So he's probably like, whoa, very far left, far-fetched, whatever. He was thinking 20, 30 years ahead of everyone. And look at Eminem now, legendary, receiving Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and becoming the most successful artist under his, because Death Row wasn't his, it was, under Dr. Dre's shady is Eminem. He is as well, though, but he produces Eminem's music, so it's basically a dynamic duo. Also, Eminem's mother has spoken out, and this was very interesting because Eminem and his mother have allegedly not had a great relationship in the recent years, ever since their past between each other, their trauma between each other, but she posted this video.
Hi, my name is Christina. I am a longtime friend to Marshall Mather's mother, Debbie, and she has something to say to her son.
Yes, I want to say, Marshall, I could not let this day go by without congratulating you on your induction to the Hall of Fame. I love you very much. I knew you'd get there, and it's been a long ride. I'm very, very proud of you. And also, I'm very proud of Haley Jade, my baby girl. And I want to tell you, Haley, great job on your podcast. And God bless you guys. I love you very much.
So God bless. We have her there. Debbie Mathers, Marshall Mathers' mother, his mother right there, speaking out publicly, paying homage to Eminem in the midst of his winning of a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She's a proud mother. In the midst of everything, she's still his mom, no matter whatever rumors say, etc. We don't know the real deal truths, even though he's, literally in his music, like, what killed her, he's dogged her. Like, he's definitely had a lot of traumatic situations between her, but we have her there, and he's also shouting out her granddaughter, his daughter. I think I sent it to you guys before that she has her podcast now, Haley, his daughter, Eminem's daughter, Haley Mathers. I forgot the name of the podcast. It's a dope ass name. What is it? Something about, it's a play on like her dad or something. I forgot the name, but go check it out. Just look it up. And yeah, Eminem, the GOAT, one of the GOATs of all time, receiving a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame award. Well, long overdue. I think last year the major one was Jay-Z that received it. And then following now we have Eminem finally receiving the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Something that I've always been confused by, because it's like rock and roll, it's like hip hop is not rock and roll. So why is that always been a thing? Like,
yeah, like how's that? How do you fit in that category? Like,
I don't know.
How did they choose you?
But it's still like they love it. People, and because there's no hip hop Hall of Fame, this is just a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And it's always been confusing, like, whoa, but it's still dope. And you can argue these guys are rock stars. Like, Eminem's like bigger than a rock star. Eminem's Eminem. But fuck, like, I don't know. It's a weird thing. But still, congratulations to Eminem. Now let's get into the shit I've been waiting to talk about since it dropped. We have, what do we have here? let's just talk about our thoughts first before we get into that. Oh, let's do that first, actually. Fuck it. So for those who don't know, everyone knows, obviously, Drake and 21 Savage have dropped their collaboration album, Her Loss. We have them literally doing their own interviews, real this time, the real ones, the real interviews on Drake's 42 Sound SiriusXM radio show. Here are some of the audio clips from it. Let's see. Around, oh damn, how many ads they're juicing this one. Give it a like for them.
Yeah, I did a trick I showed you.
Oh, that's true. I keep forgetting. Around 3 minutes and 40 seconds, they talk about a new tour, and they also hint at something else.
I think this shit gonna be a classic.
I agree. I hope so.
Especially with the climate of music right now. Like,
yeah.
Motherfuckers ain't heard nothing like this.
So you heard that? So they're saying that this album is a classic, in their opinion.
Classic.
I agree.
Oh, let me play it back. It's before the 40. The 21 says it to Drake.
But this one, I'm like, I gotta see what they're saying.
Yeah, I think this shit gonna be a classic.
I agree. I hope so.
Especially with the climate of music right now. Like,
yeah.
Motherfuckers ain't heard nothing like this in a long time.
Definitely.
I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. I think everybody I played it for is like, this shit sounds like nothing else.
Oh, God.
I'm excited for tour.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm excited for tour. It's just another opportunity for me to be with my brother and just.
Can you do something for me?
Shit, our set that night is gonna be dangerous.
On God.
You know we going to that, right?
On God.
I catch a body that day.
On God. So before we get into the opinions of the album, let's also talk about the fucking viralness that is Drake. Every time he does something is viral, but specifically shots that he took on the album. So he came at Meg Thee Stallion, but then did he? What is your guys' opinion on that? The line was,
bitch lie about getting shot, but she's still a stallion, some shit like that.
Yeah, bitch lie about getting shots. It's shots, multiple, but she's still a stallion. So it's like ass shots, or talking about getting shot. Like, oh, Meg is a double entendre, and then also further on in that same song, he's talks about something about. She graduated, but she's still dumb. Something like that, right? So people are like, oh, Meg Thee Stallion graduated last year. Like, that was like a big deal, a big thing.
Yeah.
But then Lil Yachty did an Instagram Live talking about the album, his involvement in the album. He produced 4 songs on it. He selected the album cover. He knows that girl, Suki Baby. That's his friend from Atlanta, the stripper from Atlanta. So he created, directed his album and produced 4 songs and did ad-libs on a couple songs. And he did the Instagram Live saying like, yo, Drake's not going to talk to you guys. I know him. But he didn't mean to come at Meg Thee Stallion, guys. He was talking about ass shots. Do I believe him? No.
Nah.
I think Drake was taking a shot at Meg Thee Stallion. I think someone in the booth, someone in the room should have told him, hey, maybe you shouldn't drop that or redo that line because it's going to be misinterpreted because it's a double entendre, triple entendre.
What if? Hear me out, right? What if
she lied about getting shot?
No. We know that he's the petty king, right?
I think she did lie on no bullshit.
We know that he's the petty king, right? What if he slid in there and he got turned down?
Oh, Meg?
Yeah.
That's the 10.
What if?
So that's his shot at her. That's his shot back at her. Or subliminal.
I just think Drake is nice, bro. He's nasty like that. Like he finds a way to have a verse that just can be interpreted so many ways. So even
he's not gonna talk about it.
Yeah, he won't put specifically a name. I think
that's a name though.
It's a name,
stallion,
but it's not though.
But it's like a thing. Girls have always been like a stallion. Like,
shots,
a stallion.
Yo, you got the fat ass, yo. Yeah. Why? But them shots, why you lying?
Yeah, it's always existed. Like girls being stallions.
Yeah, but if you bitch lied about getting shots, but she's still a stallion.
But nah, that's why like Meg even
so it's
responded.
Like, bitch, you lied about getting shots, a fat ass, but guess what?
You still got a fat ass though.
But then he said something about like she laughed because she didn't get the joke or something, blah, blah, blah. So he's like trying to be like, I think it's dope wordplay. It's great. He's a phenomenal rapper. I think he's the greatest rapper of all time. We'll talk about this pretty soon again, right now, after in a couple minutes. Coming soon. But when it comes to the bar, I think it's a bit distasteful, but it's not as distasteful as the baby saying, I was fucking on Meg Thee Stallion. Yeah. Like, he's not saying that. You know what I'm saying? The baby, let's come at the baby, okay. But Drake is like he's doing wordplay with it. He's smarter with it. We know that he's friends with Tory Lanez, so he can easily be coming at her, siding with Tory. Let's be honest. And Drake is so in the know, he probably knows more than us. Is he alluding to her possibly lying? Meg Thee Stallion came out, tweeted at him a couple times. She didn't at him, but she was talking about him. Like, these guys are rapping about me for clout. Like, what the hell? I don't think he needs clout.
No.
He's Drake. Meg. Not. All right, so I don't think that, but I get it. She's mad. She has every right to be mad because I think he is coming at her. Her lawyer said, oh, everyone's going to look stupid when the facts come out. But I think Drake did a double entendre, like, for that reason, in case he does look stupid. He's like, oh.
The man studies battle rap, bro.
He studies everything. He's the greatest.
Like, that's a battle rap bar right there, bro. Yeah. That's nasty.
This live against shots, but he stood a styling.
That shit can be taken so many different ways.
Bro.
It's crazy, bro.
But then he also came at Kanye West.
That one he did.
Yeah.
I believe same song. It might be same song. Yeah, same song. He was like, he was like,
I was only fucking with that.
Oh, it was a cool little
Hold on. Let's look it up because this shit's hard.
That fucking album, man, it's growing more. I mean, that shit's really great.
Nah, that shit. I just love that. It was no names.
Fucking with the ops, bitch. I did that shit for Jay Prince.
Yeah.
Bitch, I did that shit for Mob Ties. I was like, damn.
So nobody can interview him and be like, yo, what you think about Kanye?
Bro, he don't gotta get interviewed for the rest of his life.
Kanye West responds to Drake.
Yeah, Kanye West. Everyone responded right away. This doesn't happen. Everyone always takes time to respond.
Yeah.
It's Drake. So everyone responded literally the same day the album dropped. Everyone.
He didn't say no names, but they were so like direct that it was like, yo, you could kind of tell who the fuck it was talking about.
100%.
And that's why everybody responded. Kanye.
Linking with the Oz, bitch. I did that shit for Jay Prince.
Yeah, that shit was tough. Kanye.
Bitch, I did that shit for Mob Ties.
Fucking Meg Thee Stallion, Ice Spice. Think that
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mob Ties. You guys know what Mob Ties is, right? Didn't we talk about that? That was the Jay Prince's son's group and etc. that allegedly killed Takeoff.
Mm-hmm.
Accidentally, they were Takeoff's crew defending him, but they killed him accidentally. It's Mob Ties. So some deep shit. But a lot of people were saying that it was a fake link up between Drake and Kanye. And some people are also saying, Charlamagne pointed out this morning, he could be responding to Kendrick Lamar because Kendrick Lamar said, I forgot what song, he was like, how it's fake, like you guys are your ops, but like you guys are linking up like Drake and Kanye. Like it looks fake. Like what are you guys doing?
I don't know about the Kendrick shit.
So he's like, yo, I did it for Jay Prince, motherfucker.
I had a feeling that this shit was definitely fake though, but this is the thing that throws me off. Before this drop, Kanye said something about Drake. I forgot what song. I don't know what it was, but I remember he said something. And I was like...
He was shouting him out a lot during the Drink Champs interview again.
Yeah, no, but before that, I was like, I thought they were cool. But then, the thing that confuses me too, they did that whole fucking... That show. Remember that show that they did?
Yeah. The Jay Prince show.
They did
Free Larry Hoover.
Yeah, they did the show, and you got Drake all in his fucking feelings and
crying.
Shit. So, like, what the fuck was really going on?
So I think he probably was more responding to Kendrick Lamar because I don't think he was, like, basically mocking Kendrick Lamar, how he said that,
I
like...
think Kanye just fucked up.
How he was, like, linking with the ops. Bitch, I did that shit for Jay Prince. Because he's like... Kendrick said I was linking with the ops, but I don't think he's necessarily still referring to Kanye maybe as his op. I don't think he's like, yo, he's still my op. I just did that shit for Jay Prince. I think he's saying to Kendrick like, yo, nigga, this is why I did it because of Jay Prince. But he like that was my op. Like you, like he's like saying it sarcastically. Like you can hear it in the flow. Yeah. He's like linking with the ops. Bitch, I did that shit with Jay. Like he said it like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, the events to have that bar.
Am I crazy?
The events.
Kendrick, come roast this shit.
The events to have that bar is crazy because what if Kanye never got fucked with all this anti-Semitic stuff? Like, what if he still had the money? Would Drake respond in that way? Because that I feel like
he also does have the Adidas line.
Oh yeah, he's like fuck Adidas,
man.
But he don't fuck. I don't think he's fucking with Adidas. It's more towards Kanye though, and like I don't know. I feel like since Kanye's getting fucked now, the line was perfect. But if Kanye never had any problems, he probably wouldn't have responded.
This is the line real quick, not to cut you off, but this is a line that Kendrick says specifically is Father Time off of the Mr. Morale and Big Steppers album. He said, when Kanye got back with Drake, I was slightly confused. Guess I'm not mature as I think. Got some healing to do. so that can be direct response to Kendrick.
That's not even a
Licking
shot,
with the ops, bitch. I did that shit for Jay Prince. We never know, because I don't think.
I want that.
Because I hope him and. That's what I wanted the beef again. Keep it in the raps though, but then I feel like he would have named him because Kendrick named them. But then it's like, why you have your 2 cents in this situation, Kendrick? If you're not really cool with Drake, he might be cool with Kendrick. You never know. We always see photos with Kendrick and Kanye. We don't know what's going on there, but we know he's definitely not cool with Drake. Like they haven't spoken in years. Supposedly.
Drake was at the concert. Remember, he pulled up to the concert. Baby Keem shit.
Oh, that's
all
true. But it's maybe because of Baby Keem. But then also that is true. Where am I acting dumb?
Kendrick was performing.
Yeah, but where am I acting like I don't have an insider? Or I'm not even gonna say nothing. Our boy.
Yeah, now it looked like there was.
He told me that there was a reason why he was there. So they probably just squashed the beef. So is it not a response to Kendrick?
It's not, bro. I think it's not. That's a force. I think that's a reason.
All right, let's move on then. Serena Williams. He said,
violated.
Sidebar: Serena Williams, your husband's a groupie,
a bitch.
Talking to the billionaire owner of Reddit. And he responded to Drake. Let's look at his response. Well, let me summarize. We don't got to look at it exactly. He basically said to Drake, without saying it to him directly, he was doing multiple posts on Twitter, honoring his wife, his family, talking about he's being proud of them. And he was like, I'm a groupie. He said it back, like, I'm a groupie, like, I'm a proud groupie, etc. for my wife. Like, I take honor in that. And he was promoting his team, his nonprofits, etc. that he does. Right away responding.
Again, though, say what you said when we was off camera. About like it kind of came off as like Drake didn't do it for him, but not. What was it?
Oh yeah, because he's saying because I think that's a good point. I said Drake called him a groupie, but I don't think he took it the right way. He took it and tried to describe it as, and a lot of people online interpreted it as like Drake's calling him a groupie for Serena Williams. And like they were like, yo, he has to be a groupie for Serena Williams. Like, what are you talking about? Like, she's a fucking athlete, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're just jealous, etc. And Drake, you're a groupie. We see you with every team, I'm surprised he wasn't at the Astros game with Jeremy Pena. You never know, because Drake always reps whoever's winning. Like, he's always, and it's like, you should, because it helps your, like, social value. But it looks like kind of dick rider-ish for some people. I don't care. It's Drake. He can do what the fuck he wants. I love him like his brother. I don't know him. But everything he does is, like, calculated, I feel like. Yeah. So him calling him a groupie, I think he's talking about himself. Maybe Drake knows behind the scenes, like, yo, I used to fuck Serena Williams. I used to date her. That was my girl. Your new man, boo? What do you say, no boo? Some shit, boo? He's calling her boo? Your man, boo, is a groupie, my groupie. So maybe what happened? Maybe he, like, is a huge Drake fan. Something like, why would you call him that? He must know some shit behind the scenes. Something like, did that guy, does he know that he plays his music a lot? Did he hear behind the scenes something happened?
Not only that, he owns Reddit.
Yeah, he got more money than Drake, right?
Reddit controls narratives.
What is Reddit?
Opinions forum as a forums.
A bunch of fucking groupies.
Oh shit! Marlon caught the bar.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Think about it. All them Reddit posts and shit like that is just a bunch of fucking groupies.
Because it's all fan page. It's all fan accounts and shit. Like Joe Budden podcast forums. Like it's all like. Well, eventually we'll probably have our own Cap. Shout out to Cap. If you guys are Cap listeners, you should make a Reddit for us. Make it. Our followers, the Cap crews, the Cap family. Make it. But yeah, that's actually damn. That's crazy. A groupie website.
It's a groupie website.
That's where you could be a groupie freely without judgment.
Mm-hmm.
So there we have it. That situation happened. Drake, man, you're not gonna get Serena Williams back. I'm sorry. Just move on, bro. You can get anyone. You already have your child. She has her child. Move on. But I get it. Her loss. Narrative of the whole album. The whole album's her loss. Who else he came at? Well, he said one line, and people think he came at Ice Spice. I don't think Drake came at Ice Spice. He said she's a 10, but she's horrible at rapping. He just said that in the line. He was just rapping. I don't think why would it be Ice Spice? And everyone's assuming that.
Well, he also has that line is like they asking if I hit. Wait, what he said?
There's another line like that could be connected to that one, maybe, or to Ice Spice.
Yeah, they're like
maybe not the same song.
They asking if it's not the same song. They asking if I hit. I did.
It's like they wonder if I hit, and I did. I did. But I mean, it could be like to
I don't know,
any
man.
gender.
I think the
general,
Ice Spice
any
think they're
girl.
definitely reaching.
They're reaching, and then her tweeting.
Well, she responded, yeah.
She was like, "At least I'm a 10." LOL.
Well, she
what is
better
wrong with
she
her?
better take advantage, bro. This is free
bullshit.
clout.
I
for her.
guess.
If I was her, I would have done it too.
It
But
ain't 15K no more. Now it's 20.
But if
You
I
best
was,
believe
bro,
it.
more
but
than that.
he roasted her though.
50K after Drake is this whole shit.
He just said she was bad, but the music's bad. So imagine like she's preparing.
But
the
he
album,
can't though because the
and
DM of him kissing her ass is saying that he fucks with the music.
Exactly. So she's not
He-
a bad.
he don't-
How
oh,
can
that's
Ice
true.
Spice be a bad rapper in Drake's eyes if Drake literally
Well, he's-
flew to her, visited her, DM'd her saying that she's a great rapper? She posted the DMs. It was a cosign, literally, and everyone fucks with her songs. Like, and everyone on Twitter says that she's a good rapper. Not Nas or Jay-Z. She's not Lyrical Miracle. They joke about that. Like I always joke about that. Like she's the next Tupac.
Yeah.
But she's not a bad rapper. There's way worse rappers than her.
Well,
I think he's just talking about these girls that be IG models and want to rap.
Well,
they suck.
He unfollowed her, so that's one thing.
That's one thing.
And then also, she only has 1 or 2 songs, and that's popping. So imagine he said the album. Like, did he say, "Oh, but she showed me her album or some shit"?
Yeah,
Or
he
she's
said,
trying to
"Oh,
rap?
I had to listen to the first song."
That shit was trash. Blah, blah.
Yeah, so she probably played the album once. Like, yo,
I don't know. I don't think that bitch got no
This ain't no
album.
I don't
bikini
think she
bottom
got
bitch.
no
Sorry
This
to
ain't
call
no
her
fucking-
bitch. I'm just
I don't think
saying.
she got no album.
I don't think she has no album done.
I think she does. She.
You thought I was feeling you?
A couple. I mean, she got to do something. How long will that song survive? You feel me? Like she
Listen.
got to have a group, a project.
I think people are reaching, but it's
Yeah.
fun and games. Her team probably did how Erlen said, like, yo, you just play into it. Like, use it up. Free cloud. Just tweet about it.
100%.
Just say, laugh at it being a 10. They're like, oh, boom.
Yeah.
Followers up. Everything's up. Her clout's up. Attention's up. Who else did he come out? Was that it? I think that might be it for the disses. Yeah. Oh, Dram.
Oh yeah.
He came at Dram. He's like something about they want to get into the drum, but they
don't
until they
know-
find
we
out
know
how
how
we
to
cha-cha
cha-cha
slide. So Dram said, "I like to cha-cha." Huh? He had that song with Drake. Everyone knows the song, and then Drake allegedly stole that song or the melody and made "I like when a hotline bling." The similarities were there, pretty apparent, and people were like, "Oh shit, Drake is stealing flows again." Specifically, Dram at that time, he was talking shit about it. He tried to approach Drake in person. Drake's security fucked him up. It was rumored online. No one had evidence. Always something with Drake happening. No evidence. Dram confirmed it after Drake did in his album, new album. He said, niggas try to bring the drum or something, or someone try to bring drum like drama, and until we cha-cha slide on them, something like that. Basically, beat Dram up without saying it. He said it. And then Dram's like, Drake, you a bitch. We should have a one-on-one. It was your security, but I'm not gonna lie. The security really fucked me up though. But Drake, we gotta have a one-on-one, etc. And Dram, I liked the Dram. Didn't you fuck with Dram? Didn't we fuck with Dram years ago?
Yeah.
We liked it. We like your music. We respect you. But Drake's not having a one-on-one with you. Let me tell you that right now. He's a billionaire. This is Drake. You're not gonna get a one-on-one with Drake. Is he a pussy because he's not? That's for you to decide. Don't expect it. What do you think that Drake would ever... The only time we ever heard Drake get in a fight, and he mentioned it, was when he allegedly got slapped by Diddy. But that's another billionaire. Billionaires fighting billionaires, okay. Dram, I'm pretty sure he definitely might be a millionaire. Cha-Cha Slide is huge. And the song with Yachty, Broccoli,
Yeah.
huge songs. And he might be doing some writing in the behind the scenes, producing. We never really know these guys' pockets. We think you do, but you never know. He probably is a millionaire. Nowhere near Drake's level. I would say just forget about that. If anything, use the clout or whatever you want to call it, attention right now to drop music. And coincidentally, he already has music dropping on Thursday. I think I saw November 10th, his new album, because he changed his name from Dram to Shelly. Wow. And no one was really fucking with it because they were confused. Like, what? Now he's bringing his name back. This year, he's been trying to bring his name back, Dram again, which stands for...
Why the fuck you go from Dram to Shelly?
Bro, I think Shelly's his legal name. But
no
Dram,
disrespectful. Keep
bugging
Dram.
out.
It's like when P Rain changed to Preem.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
man.
Because of that, people even forget that you're part of the fucking camp.
Yeah,
P Rain was better.
Yeah, way better.
Lil Xan turned to Diego, even though I wasn't fucking with Lil Xan, but
no one can even find you.
Who
You
the
search
fuck is
Diego,
Diego?
you find Dora's brother.
Dora's cousin.
Cousin. I thought it was a brother. Look at that. I don't know if actually, but yeah, Shelly. But Dram, it was DRAM stood for doing really
something. I forgot. It had like an acronym. See, I can't even forget. I forgot. That's your fault, Dram. Stop the shit with Drake. Let's keep it going. Drake's album. We saw him and 21 Savage call it a classic or potential classic. It's out. You see the jokes, the memes. Do your thing, 21. Do your thing. Hey. Right? The joke's out there. But does it mean that the music's not good? First listen, me and Edwin, shout out to everyone that watched the reaction. Oh, I think it's about to hit 150,000 views. Huge. And at first, it wasn't, you couldn't even monetize it because it was age restricted. Wow. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. They be age restricting shit. But now, today, it got released, the age restriction. God bless. Hey. So it's 100% monetizable. So run that up. Let's get it to 200,000. I'm pretty sure it's going to hit that pretty close, probably by the next 2 days. That reaction, we said it. It was a 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10.
Damn, for real?
But listening to it now more and more, because at the time, I didn't like certain records. Like, I didn't like, was it Outside? Back Outside? Yeah, the Back Outside. I'm like...
The Young Thug sounding one.
I'm like, what is this? I don't know. And then I'm like, damn, there's too much Drake on this album. I'm like, I thought it was a Drake and 21 album.
He was like sprinkled in.
And we can't, that's still a fact though. We can't lie.
No, that's a fact.
We can't lie.
That's a fact.
And can you say on the songs that Drake and 21 were on, I think Drake out-rapped him.
Yeah.
There were some highlightable 21 verses.
Yeah, he had a couple lines in
there. But this is definitely
crazy.
Drake putting 21 on his fucking back, like ride with me.
Well, it's like that one bar that had back to back is like what does 21 say? He said, I be making you sound like you're the feature. Mm-hmm. And then Drake comes back is like, I be making you sound like the fucking
label needs you. Record label needs you.
It's like, oh shit, they about to beef on their own track. You know what I'm saying? That would have been crazy.
That was crazy.
Imagine he sneak dissed them, yo. He's like, you're my feature on the album. I sneak
they're doing it, it's like, bitch ass.
He's like, you think I'm the feature? I'm gonna make them think like they need you right now.
It's a knife.
Nah, but it's cool. You know, Drake was rapping the 4L chain and shit.
Yeah,
like
bro,
that.
he wearing the chain, and then on the album he kept saying that a lot. 4L, Slaughter Gang, 21, do your thing, 21, do your thing.
You think he was dancing like that too?
They was in the studio.
He threw it back. For sure.
Do your thing, 21. Do your thing.
That shit's mad funny,
do your
bro.
thing.
21 felt mad.
21.
Mad weird, bro.
Yeah.
But then he did his thing.
Yeah, he did. He's like,
he literally rich flexed, like how Drake was saying in the opening, rich flex and breaking it down. He said all that in the verse. So obviously, probably 21 rapped first, and then Drake maybe did the hook after. Right, who knows? But they did say they were working on his album all summer. They were in the studio together. It wasn't no email shit. You can feel that with these songs.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can say that much. Even though Drake overshadowed, there's more Drake than 21. I believe 21 Savage gets 50% of publishing on this album. So it's like 21, shut up. And he's already not saying nothing negative about it, but he shouldn't because fuck it, take it with him. You know, to the point that we'll talk about his ego. He's saying some other shit now. He'll be anyone in the verses, some shit. We'll talk about that soon. But overall, I think that this album, I think it's gonna grow more, age better. I think that it's gonna be the most memorable album this year. Yes. By memorable, I mean like every song, multiple songs. You have memorable moments this 100%. Year. Kendrick, you have memorable moments. But an album that everyone knows every song damn near on is this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the number one most selling album this year, rap album, with 400,000 first week.
Damn.
Already doubling Kendrick's numbers, J. Cole, everyone's numbers this year.
Doubling
Drake's own numbers.
Shit, yeah.
You know? And it's like, I think it's perfect because you got Drake being Drake, pop, coming off of the techno music, but then you have him reconnecting with the streets, 21 Savage. And then 21 Savage is someone that has the soul of the streets, but he says it in interviews. He's like, that's just a character. He's like, I play that character. Like, I'm a businessman. I don't even wear jewelry no more. I only wear earrings. I don't wear jewelry no more. I'm not doing these things in these songs, but I'm playing a character. And he's like admitting it.
All he does is read.
Man.
All he does is read, drink his tea, and he needs some crumpets.
The pinky up and shit.
But I think the album is great. Is it rap album of the year? I still think that Pusha T has rap album of the year. But this album, give it a month until December, and if it grows more on me, I might call it rap album of the year. Because why not? It's so good.
I can't wait for this shit to play at a party or at a function.
What's your favorite songs each off of it?
I like, what's the?
I love Rich Flex, bro.
On Bullshit, I just love that.
Oh my
beat,
God, that's
bro.
a great one.
I love Rich Flex. On Bullshit is
On
my
that
shit.
bullshit.
On that bullshit.
On that bullshit.
On that bullshit. They went crazy on that shit. Let me see. I mean,
I have to honestly. I'm not gonna lie to
Middle
you.
of the Ocean, tough.
After like Middle of the Ocean, I can't remember the last 4, but it's not that I don't like them. It's just that majority of the time I've been playing this album, I only really get a chance to get around them songs, and then I either have to cut off the music or do, you know what I'm saying?
I'm surprised Drake let 21 Savage have that 3 a.m. in Glenwood. Like, I understand 21's in Glenwood, but like Drake is
That title?
Yeah, that title.
It's on purpose, probably to like make people expect something, and then when you listen to it, it's like, oh shit. At first, that was one of the ones that were in the reactions I didn't like. I'm like, I like that he's doing it, but I'm like, I don't like this
It's
song.
not
But the
him
more
too
I
much.
play it, I'm like, damn, 21 is actually spitting. Like, this is pretty cool. Like, he's showing his shit on here. It was just not on the beat that I want him to kind of spit on.
Yeah.
But it's dope. But yeah, my favorite would probably be, what's that one? Jumbotron shit.
What's how's that going?
He's like, I just took I just took a drug for the first time on
He's
the
like,
X pill.
What was in that pill? That
Yeah. He sounds like the Playboy Cardi vibe.
Oh, right, okay. Well, if that's the case, I really don't like it. There's no better comparison you can have, bro.
It's because he mentions Playboy Cardi twice on it. He says "die lit," and then he says,
Look what I'm finna do to that.
"You gonna delete it?"
Deleted that.
No.
Delete
Yo,
from
Playboy Cardi
library.
has credit on that song
Oh, for real?
I deleted that.
Probably
shit.
got a sample in there, something.
or something.
Because he does
He's credited
beats
on it.
too.
It says his name at the end.
Yeah.
I noticed after Jordan Carter. I was like, wow, it's Playboy Cardi.
I deleted it.
Yo. But man, that song, that's my favorite, like, play. But the best song on there by Deep, by far, definitely, I think
On
is
that bullshit.
well, them together's on that bullshit. But by like overall,
Underwater ocean.
in the middle of the ocean, underwater ocean,
damn.
in the middle of the ocean,
As
because the
he
way he's
crosses the
talking on that
sea.
shit is insane, guys. I'm telling you right now, you gotta visit that
let's,
song.
Let's talk about the most important thing, and let's keep it a stack. Let's keep it a stack.
Is this better than Drake and Future? What a Time to Be Alive?
Oof.
We can't say that yet because we haven't.
Yeah,
it
that
just
shit-
came out. It just came out. We can't.
Man, what a
can't.
time
I'll
to
say
be
it's not.
alive.
We'll say
I'll
it.
say
We'll
it's not.
say it in a year or two.
Digital Dash, fucking nah. There's some bangers and what a time
Let's
to be
talk
alive,
about this
bro.
too, though. Let's talk about this too. In my opinion, they did Homegirl dirty with this picture.
Oh, the cover art.
I can't get
But
past
that's
it.
Little Yachty's fault. He picked her. I think it's dope. It's like her description was like, I'm just being myself. Like they want to use my photo that's on them, and Yachty was like, she's raw. I don't think it's bad, Mar. I sent you the photos of her. You don't think she's a beautiful girl?
Yeah, no, she's a very beautiful woman.
But
yes,
not that photo?
but not that picture.
She like, what was that? The Nelly Band-Aid, gold teeth.
Someone had that theory online that Drake just trolls people. Like he does these cover arts recently on purpose because he wants people to just to talk about.
They were connecting this with Certified Lover Boy and then the other shit too. Remember?
Honestly, never mind.
Yeah, Certified Lover Boy, but honestly, never mind. It's her loss.
Oh, like a sentence.
You know what I'm saying? They were trying to they're like, yo, there's no way he's been scheming this shit for a while now. This, and that. How the fuck we didn't see this shit? And they're like, he hinted to this project with the last track on fucking Honestly Never Mind with Jimmy Cooks and this and that.
It could be. The only album that he never had like a sentence title was Views, but everything else was Thank Me Later, Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, and then, but then More Life. That's kind of like a sentence. Views is the only one that's like
one word.
But he did say that's for Toronto. But everything else kind of gives like a theory of like it might be all connected. Who never know with that guy? He's not gonna give us an interview. He's not gonna give no one an interview.
Well, he will. Yeah, come on the podcast.
I will tell you this though. Jimmy Cooks is still harder than any fucking track that's on that album.
You think so?
Yes.
Jimmy Cooks is really good. I'm surprised they didn't put it on this album too. But I know they want to let it live on the other album.
That was like the tease of this album.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how this album's still successful without Jimmy Cooks, and Jimmy Cooks still successful, and Jimmy Cooks still one of the best songs this year. I think Drake, man, people were saying that he's falling off. Certified Lover Boy wasn't great. Honestly, Never Mind. What is this bullshit? Hip hop's dying. People were literally saying that hip hop's dying. R&B's dead. Everything's dead. What is this techno shit? We got Beyonce doing techno. Everyone's following Drake with techno. We don't want no techno. We want hip hop. We want rap.
But then people don't understand they getting the biggest bags they've probably ever seen from doing them techno stuff. Because now it's European money.
That's exactly that's what I was gonna say. It's gonna be ringing.
Bro, Drake is covering everything. Drake is covering every fucking hole in the world and every pocket. Drake, don't give a fuck.
Drake come out with a Spanglish fucking album, bro, and that's it.
I mean, he teased the one where no, I was gonna sing fucking Rihanna shit. I had so much. No, what was it? Romeo Santos no, with Bad Bunny, right? What was the Spanish one where Drake had?
He dropped?
Yeah,
but that was a while ago. And then he did the same shit. He did the same shit with Romeo Santos.
Yeah. The Bad Bunny one gets played in clubs a lot still. Yeah. They still play that one with Drake.
But I'm saying drop a project.
Yeah, that's his next bag. That's his next bag.
Shit, with Bad Bunny. Damn.
It might already be happening because Bad Bunny already did a lot of bags himself. They got to get into that next bag next year. Bad Bunny and Drake.
He said it himself, Bad Bunny numbers is a robbery.
Yeah. Well, like, if you're going to do that, why not do it with, like, the best person in that category? And that's,
you know what it is?
Fucking wild.
Listen, Drake, I know you've been around for longer, but you better watch out because Bad Bunny might knock your shit out. For real. He might be bodying your shit if he continues to drop.
Or Taylor Swift.
I think different genres, though.
Taylor Swift body and Drake.
Stop, bro. Stop.
Yeah, Taylor Swift sells, though.
We're talking about some different shit right now. Stop. Taylor Swift.
Come on, Tay. She lives over here, too.
That's
her
fine.
family's
I don't
here.
give a fuck, bro. She ain't come visit me.
Yeah. Drake's gonna have number one.
Love Taylor Swift.
If he would have dropped last week, they wouldn't have had it because Taylor Swift's numbers still are crazy. This week, they're still, I think, crazy, but not 300,000. He's not gonna pass Drake. Drake's gonna get it with 21.
I think they did a favor dropping it this week, so Rihanna didn't get overshadowed because this shit's better than. And I love that Rihanna song.
It's a good song.
I love it.
But there's a different pocket
excited,
with this.
Yeah, I'm excited for the movie.
But did they push it? Oh, I mean, yeah, for the one song, it would have been
we gotta
tough.
see that movie.
Was it like, why you push it for one song though? Like,
no, it could have been it wasn't finished.
Well, he did say
40 got sick.
Yeah, COVID. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Well, Joe Budden said it like he knew, like he heard, like he really did get COVID. So I mean, it worked in everyone's benefit. Whereas like anticipated it more because it was like a surprise project, but now we anticipate it more because like we got another week to wait, and now we're here waiting, and then we get it. It's good. And then now they're rolling it out properly because let's talk about the rollout. The promotion of this album has been very successful.
Phenomenal.
Prior to the album dropping, we saw a rollout happen and people thought it was real. We saw the Vogue cover, magazine cover, and an interview with 21 Savage. Fake. It wasn't real, guys. We saw what else was after? Yeah, what was in his bag? Oh, that was a video interview. But the cover, if you read the cover, it said something like 21 gets in depth or something with Vogue. Like, you know how they have headlines like in magazine covers? Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, 21 gonna talk some shit. That was fake. And then what was after Vogue? Damn.
The SNL thing, no?
No. What was after Vogue? The one I posted, the Howard Stern?
Where he has the fucking...
The headband.
Yeah.
I posted that on YouTube. That shit got good views on YouTube. It got like almost 80,000 on YouTube. Shout out to Drake giving us some views. Full circle. But Howard Stern interview with Drake. Oh, he posted it. Fake. Parody. Then after that, it got followed by what was it? Damn. Oh, NPR Tiny Desk promotion. Drake's doing NPR? Fake. Had us all going like, what the hell is real?
He does have to. He does have to give us a fucking Tiny Desk though.
We need all them shits.
Yes.
But
continue.
Will we ever? Probably not. What else was
SNL?
SNL. We saw him perform at SNL Saturday Night Live with 21 Savage. Oh my god, fake. Wasn't real. It was a music video though, on some bullshit. We saw Michael B. Jordan in the beginning of that music video on some bullshit. He was like one of the most relatable albums of all time. Her Loss. Lori Harvey. Her is Your Loss. Michael B. Jordan's a fine young gentleman. I don't know why I said that, but he is. Creed 3 coming soon. Yeah. And he directed it. I haven't even seen Creed 1 or 2.
Oh, no, that's about it.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Creed, so Creed is like Rocky?
Creed? It's like a play on Rocky Balboa.
You know, Rocky, his enemy, one of his opponents was Apollo Creed. So Apollo Creed's son is Michael B. Jordan. That's the role that, what's the actor that made Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone gave to Michael B. Jordan. He's like, Creed, you're gonna be Apollo Creed's son.
The next Balboa.
Hugely successful.
Oh wow.
Now they did part 2, hugely successful. Now they're doing part 3. It's becoming a new age Rocky, and it's Michael B. Jordan's like biggest thing. Michael B. Jordan's big in everything, but that's his biggest thing. Pause. I'm sounding crazy. But the third one, he's directing it.
Yeah.
It's like I gotta watch 1 and 2. I gotta watch.
He's a good actor.
He's a great actor.
I like them in Black Panther.
The first one was good too. Creed
was great in Black Panther.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna be in Black Panther again in the new one.
No, he died. Remember?
Oh shit, Killmonger, right?
Yeah.
He does die. Rest in peace, Killmonger. But fake SNL performance. Then we have today, Color Studio. Fake. I thought it was real. I was like, oh, it might be one real one. Fake. The only thing that was real was the album and the cover. Everything else is fake.
Yeah.
But press play on the album right away. Track 1. 21.
Can you do something for me?
21. That's real. Everything else was fake though. But it's like, will we ever get a real version of any one of those? I don't think so, guys. Because the thing is, we have them on SNL, so that already existed. But then it's like, they can't do it twice. Because they literally match, if you look at it, they match the qualities of all these shits.
Yeah.
The Color Studio today, that's the only thing. Color Studio, they usually use like a hard color, like a solid red or some shit, solid yellow. Today they use like a gold shimmery. But at the end it says colors with the same font. And the title on Drake's page is a color show. Like he's copying like as if they really did it. So I don't think they're ever really going to do it.
There's no point for it for this album, for this project.
What do they need? They don't need nothing.
Yeah.
They don't need nothing. The only thing I would say, my only gripe with the album was like, I wish that, I know it was done last minute and it happened last minute, but I do wish that on the album, there was some sort of like Takeoff, like rest in peace, some sort of homage to Takeoff, because I know that they're both close with Takeoff. But then like Drake said, bitch, I did that shit for Jay Prince. Bitch, I did that shit for Mob Ties. So he probably doesn't want to get mixed up and like, not necessarily picking a side, but it's like, how are we going to honor him if we do say it? Because he did potentially die at the hands of, let me not say it.
And he did give him his little like
in the
respect.
interview. He spoke about him. I saw that. That was great. I was like, that's good. But I definitely was expecting something on the album. Like, they might push the album back again. I was like, oh, they're pushing it back again, or a little tribute, But hey, we got 21. Do you do something for me? Yo, this is crazy. But I like that album a lot, man. Shout out to everyone that's been enjoying that album. It's been a talk of everything online. That album's taken over social media completely. This will be the last topic. We could skip the rest. But 21 Savage has, in my opinion, almost gotten high off of this album. Like, obviously success, you're doing with Drake. But he said that he can beat anyone in a Verzuz from his XXL freshman class.
He's bugging.
That he could that's easy. I got him. Let's play the clip and let's look at the XXL freshman class.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Let's see that list.
And you guys tell me if I'm bugging.
Bro, there's some heavy hitters on that shit, bro.
So this was him on Clubhouse. 21 Savage, one of the only people that still uses Clubhouse. And by the way, my only moment ever on Twitter, almost quote unquote being canceled, was when 21 Savage first went on Clubhouse like a year ago, 2 years ago, and I screen recorded and I posted it. I was the first person online that people realized like you can screen record on Clubhouse. People were like outing me as like oh my God, he's posting our private conversations. They tried to cancel me on Twitter. I had to make my Twitter private.
Shit.
I was getting threats in my DMs. You know how stupid that is? Now look at us. Looking at discussing a 21 Savage again conversation on Clubhouse.
Like nothing.
But they try to cancel me. Shut the fuck up, motherfuckers. But I was a bit nervous though that day. I was like, let me just put my shit private, and I stayed off Twitter for like a month. But I came back.
Terms and conditions,
but then on my Clubhouse, I think I got my shit's reported. My Clubhouse, I think I can't really use it. I don't care. I don't fuck with Clubhouse. Fuck Clubhouse. But 21 Savage is still on Clubhouse. He's the only one of the only celebrities I know that's still using this shit. But this was the clip from his Clubhouse conversation.
That freshman cover beat me in no verse. Nobody.
Who was on that cover? Right there.
Anderson Paak,
Kodak.
Anderson
Paak.
Yes, a whole
Lil
bunch.
Dicky.
Kodak, the best, the only
Kodak.
designer competition.
Kodak, the only one that could really.
They smoking.
Lil Uzi and Kodak.
Lil Uzi.
G Herbo up there.
So
So you could beat Lil Uzi?
Hell yeah. Flash beat me. I mean that freshman cover.
Crazy.
Oh, Denzel Curry? Come on.
Denzel
bro.
Curry.
Denzel Curry's on.
If we're doing a versus, maybe track for track, maybe not Denzel Curry, but Denzel Curry can out-rap you.
So this is the double XL freshman.
130%.
This is the cover, the double XL freshman cover. We have Kodak Black, 21
Even
Savage,
Dave
Anderson
East.
.Paak on the bottom. On the right side above Kodak, we got G Herbo, Denzel Curry, Dave East in the middle, Little Uzi, Little Dicky, Designer,
Okay.
and Little Yachty. Versus
Get Designer out of there. Get Yachty out of there. Get Lil Dicky out of there. Who's the other people? I can't see the
Davies.
It's cut out.
G-Eazy.
Oh.
Where's G-Eazy? Oh, no, never mind. My bad. That's a different thing. I guess it's on the side. That's like I'm reading the side
Who's
headlines.
at the bottom? Scroll down.
Who's
real
at the
quick.
bottom?
That's you guys can't. My bad.
Nah.
Damn, I forgot. This is a different proportion. Let me zoom it out.
All right there. 21.
Get Anderson .Paak out of there. And then Davies can Davies,
If we're
Lil Uzi, Kodak, G
No, but
Herbo.
Anderson .Paak, bro, that's Silk Sonic.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
And
That's
Anderson
the
.Paak
hot-
by
yeah.
himself has hits, but the thing is he considered a rapper? He raps.
That's what I'm saying.
But is this just rapper or is this double XL freshman list? If we're talking about hits, then listen, 21 Savage has hits. 21 Savage does not have more hits than Anderson .Paak. 21 Savage does not have more hits than
Lil
Kodak
Uzi.
Black. 21 Savage does not have more hits than Little Uzi Vert.
At least with Kodak, he's not being. For me, in my opinion, Kodak, he's not being that. Like I don't think there's songs that 21 dropped that compared to some of the songs that Kodak dropped. Lil Uzi, I mean,
he can't beat Lil Uzi.
I still don't think
Lil
he's beating
Uzi
that,
got
bro.
fucking hits, bro.
Yeah, bro. The P's and Q's era
Come
and fucking
on,
all that
bro.
shit, bro. I don't think he's beating that era,
The
bro.
cool battle and the best battle would be Little Uzi Vert versus Kodak Black. That's to be the one. Because that would be head to head. Everything else is like, no. Now, who has the biggest song on here ever? Designer. Panda.
Or Pena.
Panda's the biggest song out of all of them. EXO Tour Life's up there, but Panda's Diamond.
It's so what is it, like 20 platinum?
Oh,
20? Yeah.
double Diamond.
It was like
Yeah, you're
OD,
not
he
wrong.
said it, yeah. But
Panda, bro.
that's it. That's
But that's why Designer went on live today after last week crying. Rest in peace. Well, my condolences to you, Designer, but rest in peace to Takeoff. He was crying on live, and that was very sad to see. But he was like, I'm retiring from music. But then today he took disrespect from 21. He was like, yo, it's kind of disrespectful. He was like, I fuck with you, bro, but you crazy. Like, I'll smoke you.
No.
Designer.
No.
that one song, me.
No, he got a couple, though, because he got number two at least.
Timmy Turner.
Timmy
That shit's a banger, bro.
Kill everybody walking.
That shit's
But he can't play the song. He has to play that acapella version.
One tip, yeah.
Because when he dropped the song, it did not live up to the acapella version. Everyone loved that acapella. Oh my god, that's one of the best like preview snippet moments ever. I think it was like a double XL freshman freestyle too.
Yeah,
That's the crazy part.
The promotion to
Man. But other than that, 21 has hits, don't get me wrong. Now, if we actually look at this class, it's actually a great class. This might be the best class. We never know. Like,
great class,
bro, this is a great class. Little Dicky's extremely still successful. Like, if we're just talking about success, not even just musically, Little Dicky has one of the most successful shows, one of the most
Everybody
successful
there still
comedies
going, yeah.
in recent
Everybody
times.
there still, yeah.
Yachty, we saw what he did with the Drake album, so he's getting back into his bag behind the scenes. And even that, he has that song, I took the walk to Poland. That's just used on TikTok still.
I had forgot.
He has a hit this year. We cannot say he doesn't, right?
What's that hit from? Oh, that one.
That one.
What's up?
G Herbo is G Herbo.
Yeah.
He dropped his album this year, Survivor's Remorse Part 1.
Great album.
Critically
too. I fuck
reviewed.
that. Yeah.
People fucking with it. Hits. Not necessarily. Last year he had like a big hit that Jake Paul and people were posting on TikTok, or it was like 2 years ago, but still respected. They're not bums. There's no bum on here.
No.
Dave East, he is not as relevant musically, but he's relevant as a person. People know him.
He's a good artist.
He's a good actor too. He's out here. Denzel Curry, critically reviewed, underground rapper still. And Anderson .Paak is Silk Sonic. This is a great class.
Yeah.
I think people need to revisit this class. What year was this?
26.
Well, it was the 9th freshman,
2017?
9th annual. I don't know what year was this, but this was a 9th annual one ever.
Wow, they was that young. I thought they had way more.
Was it? No, I don't want to sound crazy.
Nah, it was.
We were still in high school, like 20.
Or
This is when Double XL Freshman mattered.
I think it was like 2016, maybe around 2015, 2016. I think.
Let me see, 2015.
Double XL Freshman doesn't matter no more to me.
Yeah,
I get it. I still pay attention when it drops, but it's like
there just hasn't been no rappers like that.
Yeah, they don't impact.
Yeah.
They don't impact. So it's like, are you guys supposed to be predicting stars? Because if you are, you're fucking up. Because if I was them, you should have been had up and coming artists like Glorilla, etc. on it. But they're not really they're not forecasting the proper artists on that shit. I swear to God.
Well, they didn't like. I think Don Q.
2016.
It was 2016 class. I think Don Q mentioned like, oh,
he was a double XL freshman.
Nah, he never got it. But then he was
doesn't
like,
deserve it, Erlen.
Nah, you're fucking bugging. If Davies is up there, Don Q should be right there too. Nigga. Same shit. Just Davies is 6 something and Don Q's 5'2", nigga. That nigga's, he couldn't be up there. He has to be in the front. Nah, this shit.
It's not height,
but nah,
it's weight. No,
he could have fit the camera. Nah, bro, Don Q, yeah, legend for me, bro. Fuck these niggas, bro.
Only his forehead would be visible.
Yo, he's gonna DM you and be like, yeah.
Put that shit on the track.
Audio. Yeah. Damn, Don Q.
Featuring Don Q. Yeah, it's like 3 seconds.
Yo.
Nah, but I mean, he I feel like for bars, bro, XSO freshman list, like you look for people who can rap. He should have been up there. He was never invited. So he's like one of the artists that's like, yo, if I'm not getting invited, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care about.
Honestly, I think after this shit probably
fell off. They just wasn't choosing the right people, bro. They was choosing bullshit. Like that's when social media started kind of changing into the fucking.
This is SoundCloud
shit, yeah.
Uzi, Kodak, 21.
I missed that era, bro.
Denzel, Yachty. They were the SoundCloud kings. Yachty's still one of the SoundCloud kings. Uzi too. Whenever they drop on SoundCloud, it still goes crazy. You know, Poland, the Yachty song was on SoundCloud before it was on DSPs, blew up on SoundCloud like crazy, like 20, 30 million plays. It was crazy. So, man, it's crazy looking back at this time, but Kodak and Uzi definitely would beat 21 Savage.
Little Dicky looks like
a Little Dicky.
Also, a Verzuz, 20 songs. None of these guys have 20 hits. I'm telling you right now, none of these guys have 20 hits. They're too young, bro.
Lil Uzi might.
No, hell no. He got 20 good songs, but is it 20 hits? No, I don't think so. Yeah, 20 hits is a lot of songs. 10? If we're doing young guys, we have to do a new rule, Swiss Beats Timbaland. 10 songs only for the young guys, and that's it. Makes it a shorter battle. They go harder because they're younger. They just need 10 songs, and they can make 10 songs. They have it. Kodak probably has 10 hits.
Yeah.
Uzi probably has 10 hits. 21, I'm not sure if 21 hits 10. Now, after this album, you let this album live like a year.
But
you
count features too.
You can't count this album right away.
I was gonna say, but can you count features?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
that's part of the thing.
You just gonna play his feature?
Cause Little Uzi. Yeah. My bitch is bad and bougie. You gotta play bad and bougie if I'm Little Uzi.
Nah.
No?
I don't even think he. Yeah, I don't.
Nigga, you crazy.
If he plays that shit, I'm walking the fuck out.
Bad
and bougie? If I'm Little Uzi, I can play bad and bougie.
But you only have one.
Oh, nigga, it gotta be your own song.
Like, that's one verse on that shit. Like, that means that's your song.
But
is
the
that even your
dance
song?
in the video and the whole shit was like a moment.
I'll be dancing to another song like that.
That could be the DJ warming it up in the beginning.
Yeah.
They took Takeoff off and put Uzi.
Yeah, they did.
Remember? Does it look like I left up on bougie? You did.
He's gonna slap you in your dreams.
Yo, no, rest in peace, Takeoff. But I love that moment with that. Oh my, that shit was classic.
Joe Budden too. Yeah.
Oh my, that was classic.
No, you're not playing that shit, bro.
Nah. But I still think he can. Even 15 songs, you could probably like scrape up of Lil Uzi.
Because Kodak's gonna play the P&B Rock song. I feel my brother be fine.
Yeah,
he was spinning out. Yeah, a verse that wasn't even, it's memorable because we fucked with it at that time, but if you look at that verse, it's trash, if we're being honest. But it's a great song.
At that time,
it's P&B Rock song, really though.
Overall,
so
it was
you're not gonna play it.
But he's gonna play it.
No, he's not, bro.
It's a hit.
He's gonna play Tunnel Vision. He's gonna
Super
play
Gremlin.
No Flocking.
No Flocking. Man, that's back.
He's gonna play
like the SoundCloud Skrilla era and shit, bruh. Skrilla was a banger.
What about that Skrilla? That's Skrilla. Oh,
you know what I'm saying? He's gonna play shit like that.
Oh, the song with Travis Scott was a song an Offset. Damn, I forgot that song, but people know it. It's a huge song.
Z's?
Yeah.
ZZ?
Is that Z shit? That's that Z shit.
I don't think, yeah.
The snippet was big.
It blew up.
Like Timmy Turner, but it wasn't as good when it came out.
Good.
Yeah, nah, that shit.
But it was catchy as fuck.
The dance. People still do the dance. That dance is crazy. The little. No, not the. I don't want to say the word, but raptor hands, dinosaur hands. I don't want to say that. I was going to say the other R word. Get canceled on here, but not that word. The raptor, that raptor hands.
The T-Rex hands.
You know, but man, that would be interesting. But that's the thing. Would be. Will it ever happen? I don't know what the fuck is happening with Verzuz.
They need to stop focusing on just older.
I hate that shit, man.
I love my you know, with the shit I grew up with and shit like that, but make one for like the new
younger
crowd,
group,
you know what I'm saying?
Bro.
You guys gonna get mad views.
Yeah.
Bro, let's get to it. Remember they were hinting at the Travis Scott versus Future? That would have been crazy. But it's like,
Future's winning that.
Future would win that, but Travis Scott does have hits.
He does, but come on, Future.
But then again, the younger guys, are we doing 20 or 10? They both got 20.
They can do 20.
But then we got new rules for these guys. I don't know if they can do 20.
Some of them just won't be big ass hits, like, but they'll scrapple 20 for sure.
If they do less songs of these verses, they'll be more impactful. These verses, the battles will be more impactful because you're really narrowing it down. You're not gonna have moments where people are like, "Why are you playing that one?" Well, I played it because you made me reach 20. But if you narrow it down to 10. No fluff, straight smashes, then motherfuckers gonna go crazy. And you could do it with the young guys. That would be fucking dope. So
they're slacking, bro. We might have to do this shit ourselves.
I mean, they might take our ideas, but even like you could have the singles category and then probably add like 3 feature songs behind it. But like, yo,
you could do that.
I'm the best dude to be on a feature with too. Like, I don't know, some shit like that would be fun.
But then if they don't have features,
but this is my thing. If they had features, it would have to be the same feature for both people.
The same person
to make it fair. You know
but
what I'm saying?
They be doing this shit where Verzuz that people just play records that they write. Lil Yachty wrote that song for the City Girls, that hit song. What's that song? Act Up. I think it was one of those songs.
He
wrote one of their hit songs. He could play that technically if we're doing that.
It's not.
But would that ring off with Lil Yachty City Girl song?
He's gonna be up there shaking ass and promoting that song. Yeah, this is my shit, nigga.
Do your thing, Yachty. Do your thing. Do your thing. Yeah, I don't know. 21. You took Do Your Thing too seriously, and you're trying to be out here like you can be. No, you can't beat these guys. Yeah, end of discussion. Like there's no if, ands, or Now, if we're doing one song battles, like I said earlier, who has the biggest song here? I think it's Panda, guys. I think it's Designer.
I think,
especially live, bro. That song against any of these songs.
That shit still goes dumb if it plays. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, that song Panda?
That shit's hard, bro.
And he can play the version with Kanye.
He can play the version with Kanye.
Yeah, that version made it. But I think that version made it even more insane.
Bigger.
Though. Yeah, like
I get bras in Atlanta. Niggas thought he was Future.
They signed him.
He was so good, niggas thought he was Future.
Bro, Kanye signed him just for that one thing. For that one song. He said, I just want that one song.
And he got dropped.
Oh, they thought he was Future.
Nah, I'll put Super Gremlin up against anything. No bullshit. I don't know.
Nah, but Kodak, that's a great. I love it, but no flocking.
Yeah, but he still got other bangers though for sure. Damn, bro.
Man, this was a great discussion. Comment down below, guys. Debate us. What do you guys feel about this XXL freshman versus 21 Savage talking crazy? Fuck, man, he's nuts, but it might happen. So stay tuned. But there we have it. That's the podcast for the week. Cap, episode 57. We love you guys, respect you guys. We appreciate you guys listening to us, watching us every single week. Stay tuned for more episodes. We got some plans cooking. Today was interesting. That casually happened. We had a rabbi in here, and it went well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Are we Illuminati? You guys say we already are because our logo is a triangle, etc. You'll never find out. You'll never find out. Let's leave it there. And this is Cap. Ooh.
They gon' love me for my ambition.